All right, here we go. It's the MJ Morning Show, 6 o'clock exactly. MJ and the crew, as we're watching the clock and the so-called out-of-air countdown with the submersible. You know, you got to say it. We don't even know if that thing is intact. We don't even know if that thing is still structurally put together. I mean, that thing could have imploded at depth with a failure of the hull, a failure of the window, which apparently was not certified or rated to that kind of depth. And you see reports this morning that, the air is going to run out just after 7 o'clock, but the assumption is that they're still inside the craft and the craft is still structurally sound, and that's the big question mark. We don't know. So it's kind of morbid when you hear the news reports, they're running out of air. We don't even know if anyone is still alive in this submersible, that air even matters. You know, there's also a report about the banging noises. Did you see it late last night that the banging noises do not appear to be mechanical in nature, meaning they don't think that it's human-made? I mean, just a lot of factors. You've got sea life that can make noises. The Titanic itself is just tons and tons of rusting metal down there, and that can be making just banging noises, just the ship itself. So it's just kind of morbid when you watch some of the media here, guys, and it's like here's a story, for instance. Missing Titanic sub projected to run out of oxygen just after 7 o'clock. But why isn't anybody saying, and I haven't heard anybody say this, we don't even know if this craft is intact. We don't know. They're tackling it like, oh, they're still alive. They're conserving air. They're inside the capsule. They're inside the submersible. And listen, I'm hoping for a happy ending here. I'm happy for a positive outcome, but that just it doesn't appear to be in the cards.
They could have also died from hypothermia. And what's I'm taking away from all of this right now is there's so little exploration that we've really done to these depths of the ocean. I feel like we know more. We've gone further in space than we do to the bottoms of the ocean.
Listen, I've heard that said before on numerous occasions that there are areas of the ocean on our very own planet that are more mysterious than parts of outer space. I think that's a valid statement.
I don't know. I'm just glad I'm not a billionaire right now. Because I probably would have gone on something like this.
You don't have to be a billionaire to go.
Oh, no. I'm glad I'm not.
You don't have to be a billionaire.
Glad I'm not some.
Okay, there's Fester's a brilliant offering of the day.
Billionaire. Just listen, MJ. They're in a rescue phase right now, so they're not going to say
they're in search and rescue,
right?
But again, the assumption is that they're still alive inside this contraption, and you've had a lot of people come forward saying, "Yeah, I was going to go on this thing, but." Man, it kind of creeped me out. I canceled. There are like 4 stories that I've seen of people that canceled that were going to go on this, and they just said, you know what? This thing is like a backyard project.
It says death 3 times in the rider.
Yeah, we mentioned that yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
In the 3, there's...
We mentioned that yesterday when we were talking about there was one of the guys that went last year, and he was interviewed, and he pointed out that the first page, it's death is not 3 times in the whole waiver. The word death, you could die, death, that was mentioned in the first page of the liability release that you have to sign. What were we going to say, Frog?
Well, there's more like rich guys coming out that have actually done it. And one guy said that he fell asleep on the way down.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you brought that up because I've read, and I've got a bunch of these stories printed out. There are a number of individuals that said, oh man, as soon as I started to learn more about this thing and all of the previous problems, like I've got an item right here where there was a mission where they lost power completely. Like the power went out. They had to come back up. And it just seems like this thing was riddled with problems. And for instance, I think I've got like 3 or 4 people noted here that canceled the trip. And they said, nah, I'm not going to that thing. And then there was one guy making the rounds on TV. He's doing interviews on all the cable channels. And he's like, oh, it was great. It was fantastic. I'd do it again. And I trust them. So there's like one dude out there that is like hyper touting this thing.
One good Yelp review.
That's essentially what it comes down to. Yeah, one good review.
5 stars.
Yeah. Oh, boy. All right, so we're just getting rolling this morning. Listen, I'm hoping, we wish for a happy outcome here, but look at NBC right now. 1 hour until sub runs out of oxygen. What? Come on. How do we know that? All right, so they say 96-hour oxygen supply is what it was apparently rated at, but they were operating this thing with a Logitech 710 controller for crying out loud. I mean, it's a little video game controller operating this thing that you're risking your life with. So, I just don't know. 1 hour. They've used this like 7 a.m. time as when they'll run out of oxygen. And that, it's just deceptive. It's presumptive. And it's what? We all have to have like an official countdown. What, is a buzzer going to go off?
Should we have Ryan Seacrest do the final countdown?
All right, everybody.
I hit the wrong button. There's a buzzer. Up, out of air. Listen, I don't think the craft is even intact. I think this thing imploded and had a structural failure at one of the weak points. Listen, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong and that these souls on board can be saved, but it's just not looking like that's going to happen. I don't want to give false hope here.
What if they saved them with 1 second left?
Like the last gasp.
Well,
Thank God
I,
you're here.
Fester, come on.
You know, Fester, that's
Dude.
a little.
All right, hold on.
insensitive.
Froggy
That's
said
a
1
little-
second left.
Come
Hey, you
on,
have to act
Fester,
it out,
please,
dude.
really?
Fest-
Come on.
I was
going to
say how we should probably cancel Ryan Seacrest for the countdown. Froggy.
I had people angry at me because I played the Celine Dion song. And, I mean, how can you not talk about the Titanic and think about this? I mean, it's an
Synonymous.
emotional song. What did you say?
Synonymous.
It is. I mean, you can't talk about Titanic and not think about Celine Dion. I wasn't making light of anything. I had a couple of people complain it was insensitive to play the song. Listen. All right, 6:08. We're just getting rolling. I'm hoping for the best, but I just don't think that's going to happen. I'm just being a realist. 6:08 MJ Morning Show. We got a loaded program today. Don't move. We're back in minutes on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Pat, what's going on? Q105 rolling up on 6:20 here on a Thursday. And I found the item I was looking for. I had this in the pile this morning about the banging. Banging noise, likely debris from Titanic, not missing sub. Sonar expert says, yeah, wishful thinking. So this was late last night that I saw that on one of those live feeds where they're just. I think this was New York Post, CNN, New York. A lot of these sites, they have the live feeds where they're just kind of scrolling updates on any particular big story. So we'll get into that later on. But the banging, according to a sonar expert, apparently not those inside the craft banging, hoping that sonar would pick it up. All right, so Fester, you're telling me that this is the gas station you were trying to get to when you ran out of gas on I-4 a couple of weeks back?
Yeah, this is my spot.
Oh, Froggy, you got to take a look at this because, folks, if you don't know this, Froggy's real job is not this mess.
No.
Froggy's real job, what's really paying the mortgage. Do you guys have a mortgage on that house? Or did you making so much money over there you paid that house off?
Yeah. The latter. It's paid off.
What is that?
Everything's paid off. Casual lifestyle.
All right, so
I did see a 20-foot, what we call in the business, a gondola, which is a double-sided wall in the shelving industry.
Right?
Yeah.
It's an island?
Yeah.
Did you call it?
Yeah.
Saw a 20-footer taken right out.
All right, in the video that I'm about to talk about?
Yes, sir.
All right, now, Fester. This is the gas station that you were headed to, that you were tempting fate. Can you imagine if Fester was in charge of, safety on that Titanic thing? Oh, my God. All right, so Fester, his real job, it's not this show.
No, it's not.
Fester's real job is he works at General RV. And, after we ended the MJ Morning Show back in 2012, the crew had to go out and get a real job.
Yeah.
So, and of course, we put the show back together, and we started back in October of 2020. So Fester ended up selling RVs, and you were out at General RV in Dover off of I-4.
Right.
You see it right off the interstate there. And your car, your new old 2010 Cadillac DTS, the replacement for the 2004 Lincoln Town Car.
Yes.
Your needle is below E. The fuel light's on.
Yes.
It says low fuel, and you decide to get on I-4 and try to drive 4 or 5 miles away to a gas station instead of getting gas very close to where you work.
I thought I had 5 miles left.
What is it?
I don't know.
What's in your throat?
I'm not sure. So I thought I had 5 miles left, but I didn't. I got stuck
obviously,
on I-4, right?
Fester ran out of gas on I-4. You had to pester the road rangers to come bring you a half gallon of gas.
I don't know if pester is the right word.
Pester the pester.
If anything, it's job security for the road rangers.
Yeah, okay, yeah. For morons like you that
Yes.
run out of gas on an interstate, one of the worst, most congested and accident-prone interstates in America, I-4, you run out of gas.
Well, Fester says that's what they're there for.
I mean, listen, that is job security. If nobody broke down, if nobody ran out of gas, these road rangers, that's a budget cut.
All right, whatever. All right, so Fester runs out of gas. He's trying to get to the Travel America in Sefner.
Yeah.
That's where Fester was. That was his goal. That was his target. That's where he was aiming his out-of-gas car when he ran out of gas and had to pull over on the shoulder on I-4. Did you see the video? Roxanne, have you seen this yet?
I have not.
Oh, my God. This guy,
Scoot over and see it.
dude, deliberately drives through the Travel America gas station. He goes through the convenience store. Don't hit play yet. Let me just get the details here. So the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, they're detailing that a man drove, virtually full speed through this gas station, Travel America, right off I-4 in Sefner on Tuesday morning. Anthony Katosh, or is it Kadish, or is it Katosh? It's the guy's I've never seen this last name. Katoch. Anthony Katosh, 37 years old. They say he was speeding, slammed his Kia Forte into the front doors of the Travel Centers of America. Is that what the TA?
Yeah, the big TA, the silver pillar with the red and blue TA.
Yeah, when I see TA, I think it bleeps an ass. You know, listen, I'm just being honest. Whenever I see that TA for Travel America, what are you laughing at?
One of the many reasons why I love to go there.
What are you laughing at?
Yeah, I mean, why
Am I entertaining you over here?
You're entertaining me. I mean,
it's
that's
TNA Travel Center?
That's a good trip right there, right?
and there's plenty of that at the location in Seffner.
All right, so this is at 11706 Tampa Gateway Boulevard in beautiful downtown Seffner. According to the sheriff's office, the HCSO, this guy was pulling into the store, and I guess he was hit by a speeding vehicle. So a guy was walking in the store at the time of the crash, and this dude was pinned between the driver's side door and the vehicle. So I'm trying to get a picture of this. The security video is insane. I see the car smash through, but do we see the victim? Unbelievably, no serious injuries here. This is unbelievable.
Have you ever been in a building when a car came crashing through?
No, I have not.
I have.
Oh, where the hell was that?
In New York City. I was sitting in a hotel lobby. And it was like a random lobby I chose. I got my Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
Wait, you just randomly just walked into a lobby?
Yeah, I did because I had.
Why don't you drink your coffee and donut in the Dunkin' Donuts?
When there's a pretty New York hotel lobby across the way, I was just trying to get a feel of the city.
So you're freeloading.
Yeah, and I was waiting.
Where in the city was this? What part?
I'm not good with stuff like that.
Okay.
It's
near the Midtown, Lower Manhattan,
maybe
Upper East Side,
Chelsea Street.
One of those three.
There's no Chelsea Street.
Near the tall buildings.
Yeah,
exactly. But I was waiting to do a press junket, and so I was like having my coffee, reading my notes, sitting in the lobby, and a freaking car drove through, shattered all the glass, like 3/4 of the car was in the lobby.
Wow.
And like there were people that were there that could have been hit moments earlier, but I thought it was a bomb, but it was a car.
So security video shows this Kia Forte, which is a very fine model, crashing into the gas station, drives through the entire store. It wipes out this massive section of shelving with all kinds of convenience store items. It wipes out this shelving like it was made out of balsa wood, like it was a prop.
Yes. I will tell you, that is the candy bar and nut shelf. Okay?
Yeah,
I know this store very well.
Yeah, so this is Fester's Travel America. This is where he was trying to fill up when he ran out of gas on I-4. Deputies say, along with crews from Hillsborough County Fire and Rescue, they immediately started aiding the victim, who, along with the driver, was taken to Tampa General, non-life-threatening injuries.
We're taking a look at this mugshot right here of Anthony Kaddish.
Yeah.
And I do want to point out, it said earlier he was 37 years old in the article. He looks a little more trail dust than 37.
He's the roughest 37 I've seen in a while. Yeah.
The footage of the car smashing through the business and straight into a victim is jarring, to say the least. That's what Sheriff Chronister said. It is an absolute miracle that the person pinned by the car did not sustain more serious injuries, and we're glad to hear he'll be okay. Yeah, the detectives are saying that the crash was not an accident. And this Kaddish guy, this Anthony Kaddish, he's been charged with criminal mischief of $1,000 or more. Driver was also Baker acted. So that seems to indicate that the guy is, mentally unwell, that he's not playing with a full deck. Anyway, you got to see the video here, guys. I don't think there's any audio on the video.
This is a Fox 13 piece.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And pins a customer. Did you see it happen real quick? Yeah. Here's a video from inside.
Oh my
This
God!
is the Travel Centers of America on Tampa Gateway Boulevard. Yeah, another camera.
I mean, he takes a whole section out. Now, Froggy, you watch the video, and
yes, sir.
Because you're a shelving expert,
yes,
you can tell us exactly that's called what?
That looks like about an 84-inch high.
This is around midnight.
Gondola,
yeah,
which is a double-sided wall section. Looks like about 3 upper shelves each section. Looks about 20 feet long.
What's the cost of that? Aside from all the merchandise that loaded the shelves, what's the actual physical cost of the
for a 20-foot run?
Yeah,
double-sided.
Yeah.
$400, $500.
That's it?
Yeah, it's not that expensive. Just kidding. $5,000.
It's about to say it's more
He's
than
going to
that.
say $400. Give me a break.
No, it's like a couple grand.
This is
Pen's
unbelievable.
a customer. Did you see it happen real quick? Yeah. Here's
So
video from
the
inside.
customer is on the first camera shot. Is that it?
Pen's
Hang
a
on.
customer. Did you see it happen to a gas station in Seffner? And Pen's a customer. Did you see
Oh,
it?
yeah. Look at on the first shot, you can see the car plow in and the customer gets nailed. And then
Real quick.
there's another video angle and it just wipes out. It just hits the section head on and just obliterates about 20 feet of shelving, double-sided like aisle shelving. That was nuts and beef jerky. What was on that, Fester?
Yes, beef jerky also, but primarily it's nuts, seed nuts like sunflower seeds and candy bars.
Now, apparently, this is not the typical.
Hit the gas instead of the brake. Another old fart makes a big mistake.
No, Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, they're saying this was intentional. And this guy's like, whacked out of his head? If he's been Baker acted, they must not think that he's mentally in the right state. So it was intentional. What caused this guy to want to drive his Kia Forte through the Travel America, through the TNA?
If he would have veered just a little bit to the left, he would have hit the hot dog rollers and then plowed into the fountain drink machine.
I love that you
Can you
have-
draw me a map
I
of the
know.
inside of the Travel America?
I can recite the entire place.
He has the layout in his head
You know what the-
perfectly.
You know what the best part about this TA
Were the
is?
David sunflower seeds on the aisle that he took out?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes. That's the seed nut aisle. Candy bar. The best part about this Travel America is that there's a Popeyes in there too.
Oh,
There's
wow.
a Popeyes and an Arby's.
Wow, love that chicken from Popeyes. Oh, there's an Arby's as
Yeah,
well?
so really, it's
Jeez.
everything you want's right there.
Can we watch that video one more time?
Yeah, roll it back, Fester.
All right.
Okay, you know when
Absolutely.
someone says,
Arby's, we have
hot.
the meats.
All right, are you not hearing that I'm playing sound effects?
yeah, I am, but
Okay, all right.
Just talk over them anyway. It's all right.
Yeah, go ahead. What were we going to say?
that's the definition of coming in hot. You know, whenever you say, "Hey, I'm coming in hot,"
Just like the Arby's beef.
Yeah, exactly.
Arby's, we have the meats.
Wow.
Yeah, we have the crash. Yeah, this video is just stunning. And you know what? Do me a favor, Andrew. Do you have the video already up on the website? Andrew should have it up momentarily. If you haven't seen this, we'll have the link. It is up. Andrew's giving me the thumbs up. It's up. MJMorningshow.com. Just go to our page and you'll see videos mentioned. Videos mentioned on the MJ Morning Show. Go to that at MJMorningshow.com, and we have the link to the video where he obliterates this thing. You can even see the parking lot footage from the outside, and you can see like there's a puff of like smoke where he drives through the doors and the glass window to get into the truck. This guy just deliberately plowed through. What a lovely mugshot.
He apparently works for Flying J across the
No,
street.
he doesn't.
Oh, no. It's a big
doesn't
truck
work.
stop war between these two places.
The video's up. You got to see this, but deliberate is what the sheriff's office is saying. So, when we get back, we'll do some early morons in the news, and never a shortage of these morons. I guess this guy could have qualified, but that deserved its entire own segment since Fester's intimately aware. Fester's intimately aware of this Travel
This is a
America.
great store.
Yeah, in lovely Seffner. All right, 6:33. It's the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. If you're looking for window. That's right. It is the MJ Morning Show. It's Q105. How did it get to be 6:42? I'm running a little late here. Usually I like to get back at 6:39 or 6:40. Almost 6:43. We went. It's a very easy thing to solve. We went very late in the last segment. We're talking about Fester's Travel America. That's right.
Yes.
Before I get into early morons in the news, Froggy, I've got a challenge for you.
Oh, I love a good challenge.
We're going to put you to the test. I'm going to give you a hint.
Oh, God. What is this?
What do you mean? Oh,
What is this basura you have coming my way?
What?
trash in Spanish.
I know what it means, but
yeah.
what, are you working part-time at Maxima or something?
No, I grew up with my parents calling
You
me
know what?
that.
That'd be a great radio name.
Basura.
Basura.
It's basura.
No, just Basura. So that's
Basura with you.
You've got Basura on Maxima. That's a great DJ name.
Let's put a tape together for Neo.
All right, so Froggy, Maxima is one of our sister stations here in the Beasley Media Group complex. All right, so speaking of the complex,
No, let's not.
I mean,
well, Mike, I don't think we're going to be able to talk about this until I get back from scuba diving. Also, don't don't dismiss the fact that I haven't thought about that next week, actually late this week, my first dives are going to be Saturday morning with Julian. So during this whole Titanic thing, I'm going to be under the ocean, technically the Caribbean Sea, but I'm doing 23 scuba dives. That's what I've scheduled. And that's not lost on me that, hey, while they're still looking for this submersible, I'm going to be under the water a lot scuba diving. Now, we're not going down to 12,500 feet, but, we're going to be doing, some dives, I don't know, 80, 90 feet maybe. Probably will average in the 60s. My average dive, my computers will tell me all my averages, but I would say that over 23 dives that will average probably 60 feet is probably my guess. But in the Cayman Islands where we're going to Little Cayman, and some of the greatest stuff is at 20 feet. You get into the Bloody Bay area, and some of the walls like Great Wall East, Great Wall West, Mixing Bowl, these walls, some of them start at like 16 or 17 feet. And we're talking about a sheer wall. Like, I'm going to hold up a piece of paper on MJ TV. And, folks, remember, you can watch the entire MJ Morning Show every morning. We're live, not only on the radio and streaming, with audio, but you can watch us on video. We've got cameras in the studio. It's like a MJ Morning Show TV show. That's MJ TV. And you can watch us if you go to mjmorningshow.com. You go to our website, mjmorningshow.com, and at the top you'll see MJ TV. You click on that, then you'll see a little graphic to watch us live when we're on the air 6 to 10 a.m. Or you can watch any show, any replay, any time of day. Like this show right now, you can watch this at 7 o'clock tonight when you're not happy with what's going on Wheel of Fortune or whatever the hell. So let me hold up a piece of paper. So there are walls. I'm going to be scuba diving some walls that are like this. So you come over the top, and then it is sheer like that. I mean, I'm diving down a wall that is like the face of the sheet of paper. It's that sheer. So
it's like a wall, huh?
Yes,
we all
Fester.
know what walls look like.
Thank you.
Most of us have them somewhere in our lives.
MJ, I just want to do a little shark PSA for you. Have you noticed there seem to have been more shark attacks lately? So I want you to be careful. And I myself have just always worried about great whites, bull sharks, and hammerheads. But there have been tiger shark attacks recently. I didn't know tiger sharks were that aggressive. But they are.
Tiger sharks are among the most aggressive. I've been in numerous places around the world where tiger sharks, but they don't bother scuba divers.
Well, they're noted for having the widest food spectrum of all sharks. So they might be in the mood for a little bit of MJ. They might be in the mood for... it's just
a little Julian. Is that what you were about to say?
No,
what's the matter with you? You're hoping we get eaten by a shark? All right, listen, shark. Goodness. You're morbid. All right, so shark attacks on scuba divers are very, very rare. Now, there was an attack off of Egypt.
I saw that
in Hurghada, where I overnighted in Hurghada, Egypt, a year ago when I dived the Red Sea, and we stayed not far from that beach, but that was a swimmer that was just a little far offshore, and he was just swimming and splashing, and they believe that was a tiger shark, because I think they took that tiger shark out. And I believe they killed that tiger shark, and I think they found the guy's head inside the thing. I mean, pretty gruesome and morbid. But I didn't.
Kidner boy.
I didn't dive in Hurghada, Egypt, but that's where it happened. We just overnighted at a hotel. Did I ever tell you the story of that hotel?
No.
I don't think we're getting to morons in the news here.
Okay.
I might have to push it to the next segment. So that hotel, we check in, and you know how the front of a hotel, you have like a little drive area where you pull up, you unload?
Yeah.
You can't get anywhere near it. All blocked off with concrete jersey barriers and barricades. The whole front of the building, you can't get close because they're worried about truck bombs. So they don't want vehicles to get close to the hotel because they don't want it to go. And then I've never had this before. To get into the hotel, you have to go through airport security. To get into the hotel, X-ray metal detector. You got to put all your stuff on the belt. They got the guy with the wand. After you go through the metal detector, you got the guy with the Garrett wand going woo, 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 woo. Anyway, so we overnighted in Hurghada, And that's where that shark attack was with the swimmer. And then there's another shark story. A 71-year-old diver in the Bahamas, a female diver, experienced scuba diver from Iowa, was bitten by a shark getting out of the water, climbing up the ladder, getting back into the dive boat just a week ago. And folks, that is just remarkably rare. I've been among 100 sharks. I was in Palau once at a place called Blue Corner, and I couldn't even count the number of sharks. Bull sharks, hammerheads, they don't bother scuba divers typically. You know, if you're a spear fisherman and you're towing a whole bunch of bloody fish that you just spear fished, a shark could come up to you.
That's a different story.
Yeah, but they don't bother scuba divers. It's just not something I'm worried about. And next week, and well, actually starting Saturday when I'm diving with Julian, the sharks that we'll see are typically gray reef sharks. And unless you got a bucket full of lionfish that you culled,
Yum.
you know, what, yum?
Yum.
You know, lionfish are actually very tasty, but they're an invasive species from Asia, and they should be eradicated here in this hemisphere.
Yeah, eat them.
There you go. Anyway, so I'm not worried about it. But so thank you for bringing up the fact that I'm going scuba diving. Doesn't bother me. The sharks don't bother me at all. I've seen hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of sharks over 1,000 dives that I've done.
We've just seen this strange animal behavior lately. Like you said, it's unusual for them to attack scuba divers. It's unusual for bears to be at airports. I just don't want any headlines from you.
I mean, yeah,
It's unusual.
it's unusual. That's why this is news. MJ,
Yeah.
listen, I hate to play this again next week. I'm like, well, he thought he was going to be okay.
What's wrong with you guys? So Fester's now piling on
Wow.
with Roxanne.
I mean, now that I have some time to think about it, Roxanne's not wrong. I mean,
whatever.
listen.
All right, I didn't even get to the morons in the news. Oh, and I started out the segment. I've got a challenge for Froggy.
Yeah.
I'm going to put Froggy's skills to the test.
Isn't Froggy like student of the month or something
Hang
right
on.
now?
What's that? What is this going to piss me off?
No, why would it piss you off? All right, hold
The
on.
majority of things you bring to me do.
I'm going to give you a hint when we get back in a minute.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a hint. Froggy's going to be put to the test. I'm going to test Froggy's talent this morning. Does he have what it takes?
Oh, probably not.
There are two individuals that will come into play here. There is a story, two extremely well-known individuals. And, folks, this is going to be great. Oh, also, we got to get into the person that's kind of like ribbing me. There's somebody trying to work me over a little bit.
Do you even want to give that person the time of day?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I want to talk about this. Hold on. I didn't even get to the morons in the news. All right, we'll get to that next. Stand by. We're back in a second on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. If you don't have a... Man, I wish John Bon Jovi's voice still sounded like that, but it does not, unfortunately. And anyone that went to see Bon Jovi when they were at Amelie, anyone that went to the concert knows that, well, he does not have that voice anymore. It's a shame. You know, some of these bands do, some of them don't. Hey, I am not looking at Froggy for any particular reason when I read this headline. Oh, by the way, it's 7 o'clock, and for whatever reason, the news media have pointed out that the oxygen will run out in the submersible.
Oh no!
At 7 o'clock, so it's now 7:04. And if you were listening at the beginning of the show today, about an hour and 4 minutes ago, I went into a whole spiel dissertation. Yeah, it's kind of morbid and kind of macabre, you know, the way oxygen will run out. We don't even know if that craft is intact. And again, we'll get into this in much more depth later on, but there was a story late last night that the banging, they don't believe it came from a human source inside the pod, inside the submersible. So we'll get into all of that coming up in just a bit, but the news media has pointed out now that the oxygen's going to run out at 7 a.m. So here we are at 7:05 here on Thursday morning. But I'm one that doesn't believe that this thing's intact. I think that there was an implosion at depth, that either the window, you realize that the capsule itself, the actual craft itself, and the window, the front window, were not rated to that kind of a depth. The manufacturers would not certify that the actual carbon fiber and titanium shell would withstand the pressures at 12,500 feet, nor the manufacturer of the window would not certify. All right, we'll get into all this later on, but all this talk, they're running out of air. I don't think they're alive. I mean, I hate to be a pessimist, but I think there was a catastrophic failure of the vessel itself, and they didn't even know what hit them. And that would be a good thing, that it would implode so quickly that you wouldn't even know.
I sent you a story yesterday, MJ, that freaked me out so bad.
What?
I never would have gotten in this vessel, not because you have to sign a waiver that you might die, or you'll probably die, but I'll tell you later. But it freaked me out like you would not believe.
All right, so Roxanne freak out when we start the long segment. So sometime when we start our hour and 20 minutes nonstop, which occurs at about 7:23, so that's coming up shortly. We'll do a whole segment. There's just a lot of new items and just a lot of squirrely stuff. I told you this yesterday. There's no way I would have ever. I'm an adventurous individual. There's no way I would have ever gotten inside this thing. So hold on, all that's coming up. So where was it? Oh, I was saying, Froggy.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at you for any particular reason when I read this headline.
Let me guess.
Go ahead, guess.
Something to do with marijuana.
Yes.
Oh, what a surprise. How about me and all your best buddies?
Yeah, that's right. How about Froggy and your 10 closest high school friends?
Yeah.
Well, it's not 10.
5, whatever.
All of my close high school buddies over the last couple of years, we've gotten back in touch. We've got a text group, so we text virtually every day. It's Mike, it's Kyle, it's Doug, it's Alvin, and myself. So it's 5, not 20, whatever you said, 10 or. But and the point they're trying to make is, and I've talked about this, is they're all recreational marijuana smokers. I mean, they're all my age, and they're all chilling out with a doob.
Yeah, look at the crowd you're hanging out with, MJ.
I'm the only one in the group that doesn't smoke marijuana. So anyway, Froggy, I am not looking at you. Yes, I am, for any particular reason here. But I saw this headline: legalizing marijuana linked to spikes in deadly car accidents in several U.S. states.
Oh, really?
Yep. The legalization of cannabis in the United States appears to have a link to an increase of 22% in fatal road crashes in certain states.
Well, it's driving impaired.
It is. On average, fatal crashes have been on a rise of about 10%. The researchers employed data, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, the states under investigation: Alaska, California, Colorado, Massachusetts, Nevada, Oregon, Washington State. Now, I know that one of the first states, if not the first, to legalize recreational marijuana was
Washington State?
Colorado.
Yeah. Oh,
So
I said Denver,
yeah.
but that's a city.
Yeah. So Colorado, you're close. Colorado, and I know some law enforcement out there. I know a lot of people that live in Colorado, and they said right off the bat, and this goes back years now, that when they legalized marijuana in the state of Colorado, that the car crashes increase because you got all kinds of, dopers and smokers that are just getting on the road and they're impaired, they're high, their reaction time, whatever. So they saw pretty quickly an increase in car wrecks. So legalizing marijuana linked to spikes in deadly car accidents in several U.S. states. And listen, the data doesn't lie. It's cause and effect. They legalized the marijuana, whether it's medical, but in this case, it's a lot of recreational use. And boom, car accidents go up, fatalities go up. Is it a coincidence? No, I don't think so. So, Froggy, there's no reason why I'm still staring at you.
Yeah, I guess not.
No reason. All right, so Target. Did you know that Target sells sex toys?
Nope.
Well, I did.
How? You buy them there?
That's his retailer of choice.
It's my go-to.
See, MJ has the red card where he saves 5% and can bring him back anytime. So
Now, I didn't know this, but interestingly, a listener sent me a picture of the shelving at Target where they had it's like 5 different Roxanne, you know what that is?
Why are you looking at me? Why would I know what that is? It sounds like a razor. Why don't you ask the guys? Sounds like something you shave your face with.
yeah, it
or
sounds
your
like
head.
something Roxanne shaves her face with.
What is that, a leaf blower?
MJ, I just typed in Target and sex toy into Google, and it took me right to a Target page with.
But sometimes what they sell online, like Walmart, there's tons of stuff from third-party sellers that like Walmart.com has. Listen, the point is, we had a listener send me a picture. It was about, I think it's in the last month. It's like, MJ, take a look at this. Did you know this? And it was like a shelf just with these battery-operated, vibrating sex toys.
You know what? Yeah.
At Target. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is a Flagler County man was arrested after trying to take several products from a Target over on the Palm Coast. Deputies said they responded to reports of a theft at Target. Upon arrival, deputies found 46-year-old David Romero trying to back out of a parking spot outside of Target. And, well, guess what? The release shows the deputies then tried to take him into custody on an arrest warrant out of a different county. But as they tried to place him in the patrol car, a pink vibrator fell out of his pants.
Whoa.
So...
Was it the +1 waterproof rechargeable?
I don't know, Fester.
Okay, because I'm looking at.
You don't have to get all descriptive over here.
These are just names, and everyone on this page in front of you, MJ, can be available within 2 hours at the Clearwater Target location.
Perfect.
It's not just third-party online.
Why Clearwater? There's a Target right down the street on 4th here.
Yeah.
Listen,
We're less than a mile away from a Target. Why do I have to go to Clearwater?
The page is reading.
If I want the pink vibrator, why can't I go to the local one?
Let me change my location.
Why don't you go pick up the pink vibrator? All right, no, here's
Okay.
let me just give you the details. So the sheriff's deputies, they learned that Romero had stolen the vibrator from the Target, along with condoms, personal lubricant, several sexual enhancement products, and a T-shirt. But the point is, did you know that Target sold personal pleasure device? They've got a whole shelf of these things with different shapes and a listener sent me this like a month ago and said, MJ, did you know that Target sells zzz? I'm like, no, I did not.
They have an adult section? Is
And
the stuff behind glass? I
No,
don't get it.
it's just, and a lot of times they say these are personal massage devices, but I didn't know this. And then I see this story about the guy's got a pink vibrator shoved down his pants and it falls out while they're trying to cuff and stuff him in the patrol car. And I just thought I'd point out, wow, look at this. And I did know that they had vibrators at Target and a whole bunch of different shapes, different colors, different sizes. They got everything.
I'm on Walmart website now. They have them there too.
Yeah.
They have
Any
them
wall mountables?
What?
You know, the ones that you stick to the wall?
I don't know what the hell you're talking
If
about. Froggy.
Walmart had wall mountables,
Yeah, that's
that'd
why
be
I asked.
quite
I have no
another-
idea what
it'd
you're
be
talking.
I got to tell you a trend I've noticed lately in sex toys after the break.
Okay, thank you. Oh, okay. I just gave Roxanne the wrap, but I want to stay on time here.
Okay, get on time.
We start an hour and 20 minutes nonstop. I'd like to start that at like no later than 7:23, and we're going to start it next. So Roxanne and Vibrators next, and then I'm going to put Froggy to the test. The latest on the Titanic disaster. We got tons of stuff. Don't move. Oh, and I got a listener. Somebody's trolling me. Someone's trying to call me out. I'm going to just let this rip. I'm going to let it fly next.
no.
Hang on. Here on the MJ Morning Show. Hey, MJ here with Froggy and Fester and Roxanne. Let's go. Hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ right now. We go for 1 hour and 20 minutes with no interruption. Why do you have disgruntled face?
no,
I'm
screw
looking
you.
at what?
Not you.
You say screw you?
No, it's a Froggy.
What I do?
No, we're walking in the studio, right?
Yeah. So I don't leave the studio.
Right.
You guys scatter like cockroaches.
I have ADHD clinically, and I have a disorder where I'm not supposed to sit. I can't.
I have morbid obesity. Then I try to get my steps in during commercial breaks.
Oh, hang on a minute.
So we're both.
So ADHD, morbid obesity. Roxanne, what's your dilemma?
I have to pee a lot.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
see?
All right.
She has
Wow. That's a lot of information.
Active bladder.
What is going on here? I don't leave the studio, and you guys scatter like ants.
It's your show, buddy.
Yeah, so listen, I'm walking into the studio. Today I'm wearing a white shirt, like a white fishing shirt, tucked into a pair of khaki pants.
I'm all happy over here. I'm launching this long segment, and you walk in with the most disgruntled, like poison funja face.
Poison face.
It's like, seriously, it's like Mr. Yuck. You're walking in here like Mr. Yuck.
So I have this tucked in white shirt into a pair of khaki pants, and I'm not sure how I should feel about what Froggy said to me under his breath as I walk in.
All right, Froggy, what did you say to Fester under your breath?
What did I say? I don't remember. Oh, yeah, I said you look like a fat Jehovah's Witness. That's it.
I mean, is that an
Look at him.
insult?
Go stand in the corner, MJ. Tell me it doesn't look like he'd be like a knock at your door.
No, you mean a Mormon.
Whatever they are.
No, hold on a minute. You've got those nice kids.
Yeah, you need a backpack.
You got those nice Mormon missionary kids with backpacks and bicycles, and
Throw a stick in the middle of that bike
I don't
spoke.
know.
you need a name tag is what you need.
A nice black name tag.
You know what, Fester? I've been thinking about your body lately because
Oh, don't do that.
Hey, Andrew, save that clip.
You've been, hey, Andrew, pull that, please.
Put that in the private file.
Right there, 726. Fester, I've been thinking about your body lately. Put that on the Roxanne soundboard.
And you know the fat suit that someone had on the other day in here?
Louis Anderson's.
Yeah,
Yes.
it looks like
That's his shape. It's not a fat suit.
It's I'm fat, Roxanne.
you have nice legs. So it's like you put a fat suit on.
My legs are the best part.
Hang on, I want to review the Roxanne soundboard for just a second.
Nobody ever saw nipple or anything like that.
Yeah.
Nobody ever saw nipple or anything like that.
Yeah, I got to get a handle on my wieners. Oh, wait, why am I on there?
Whoa.
Why am I on the Roxanne sound?
I'm gonna pee my pants. Fast little fingers.
Yeah.
It's fun. I like pain. I like it rough. I didn't take my clothes off. I want to smell it.
Oh,
I prefer meth.
it's a famous one.
Here we go.
Get pounded and get it over with.
I
Whoa.
told
Peed in a
Andrew.
big gulp cup one time.
I love this one.
I peed in a big gulp cup
That's
one
one
time.
of my favorites. Yeah. Oh, how about this one?
I'll take an extra inch.
Whoa.
What?
I'll take an extra inch.
Yeah, and then, of course, the famous... All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Roxanne soundboard. I think we've got 2 pages. I think that was only page number 1.
So Andrew pulled some clips of you, and Andrew comes to me and says, "Listen, MJ will never play the clips of himself." And I said, "Just secretly put him in the Roxanne page, and he'll stumble upon them accidentally."
Oh, so
What's
that's
your idea?
That's this one right here, and it says rocks and wieners. So you tricked me into playing. I got to get a handle on my wieners. I got to get a handle on my wieners. All right, so hey, let's get back on track.
All right, I'm sorry.
And Froggy, don't mumble nasty things about Fester under your breath.
Is that an
Sorry.
insult or a compliment?
All right.
I mean,
It's more of a compliment.
They're hard workers, I guess.
We'll do a whole Titanic segment coming up. It's 7:28, and all the news media reporting that the air is going to run out at 7 o'clock. That would have been about half an hour ago. I don't know how. Listen, they claimed that there was 96 hours of oxygen through the supply on board. So if they left it early Sunday morning, the math was done for 96 hours. So that's how they came up with this. I just think it's wishful thinking. I hate to say this. I just think that the craft imploded. I don't think that there's any need to worry about oxygen and the air supply because I just don't think the craft is intact anymore. I think it went quickly. I think there was a catastrophic failure. We've got an amazing pile of stories and items. We'll get to that coming up in this long segment. So hold on. Full Titanic story coverage in just a little bit. There's a lot of little interesting. Oh, the stepson who blew off going to like to Boston or to Cape Cod or to Newfoundland. The stepson who decided to go to a Blink 182 concert while his stepfather's like missing at the bottom of the Atlantic.
Right.
Yeah.
There's an update. You're not going to believe the latest on him. There's something new. All right. We'll get to all that coming up in just a bit. A reason to keep listening always to the MJ Morning Show. You want to make sure you listen to us in the 8 o'clock hour. Make sure you're listening to us in the 9 o'clock hour. We do our amazing must-hear story at 9:10 every morning. We also have Boy George Culture Club with special guest Howard Jones and Berlin tickets to give away for the AMP on July 15th. We'll give those away in the 9 o'clock hour. Yes, Roxanne.
I just didn't know if you wanted that follow-up to my observation about adult sexual wellness products.
Yes, I do, because you left us with a teaser that essentially was Roxanne and vibrators.
That was how you described it.
I don't believe that's the case.
I never heard it described as sexual wellness products.
That's how you Google search them in like respectable places like Target.
No, I hear it called like personal massage products.
Okay, so that kind of leads me to this observation that I've made.
And if you're just tuning in, we had a Morons in the News story about this guy up in, I guess, Flagler County, other side of the state. Guy goes into Target and he steals lube, he steals condoms, he steals vibrator. And yeah, Target has like a whole shelf of like personal products.
There's no way, because the Target I go to does not have
Yes, they
that.
do.
You just
I've been to every, because I do display research.
They do.
I've been through every inch.
You don't walk through every aisle, Froggy.
Froggy,
do.
they do. A listener sent me a picture a month ago. MJ, do you know Target sells this?
Where's the adult section? Where?
It's mixed in with where you find
eye makeup?
Probably.
Where you find like the razors, you find the shaving cream, and it's over in that area.
Probably near the pharmacy.
By the Mach 3s?
Maybe so, but they have a whole shelf of vibrators at Target. They do. And this dude up in Flagler County, he was getting arrested for shoplifting, and like a pink vibrator fell out of his pants that he boosted from Target. So then Roxanne said, I want to talk about my vibrators. So
no, I said,
what
said I want to share an observation I've made recently about sex toys.
I'm sorry. All right, can you keep this family friendly?
Of course I can.
All right, go ahead.
I get these boxes every month, and they're called FabFitFun boxes. And my and my mom's.
You know what? Our dogs used to get that. No, seriously, for a while, and it was kind of cool.
The dog toys?
Yeah, I don't know why we stopped,
That is
but it was
cool.
kind of fun.
Yeah,
The
it's
bark
fun.
box?
Michelle, what?
Bark box?
Yeah, the woof, woof, woof.
That's
we
cute.
we got the bark box, and I don't know why we stopped. It was kind of fun.
It is fun.
And then the dogs seem to love the toys.
Yeah.
So you get a bark box with vibrators every
No,
month?
I get a box with beauty.
You get a buzz box?
It's buzzing when it arrives because I get a beauty box.
A buzz box. We got a business now.
Buzz box. I just invented
We
something.
just go to Target to fill our supply.
Get a jackhammer box.
Oh.
So,
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry, go
I
ahead.
get this box, and it's all facial products and beauty products and
Right.
stuff like that. And so you can customize it, but I like to be surprised. So I open it every month, and there's always some kind of like facial treatment tool that always looks like a vibrator or personal pleasure product.
But
of
it's
some
supposed
kind.
to be like
But
a
it's supposed to be-
face massager.
It's supposed to be for your face, but it's like the settings will be, okay, here's the infrared setting, here's the heat setting, here's the vibrator setting. Who needs to vibrate their face, right?
So you're saying
really?
it's a stealth product
yes.
for not up here, but down.
And it's
Whoa.
shaped like phallic or
Oh.
looks like it would fit somewhere.
Okay, so
Oh,
you get.
Roxanne!
Jeez, Rox.
What are you? Come on! I asked you to be
In
family.
your ear. In your ear.
I asked you to be family friendly over here.
In your ear, all right.
This is a PG-rated
Whoa.
show.
No, I'm just saying
yeah.
these things to, fix your face. I think they could fix other things too if people.
So you get one of these boxes
Yeah.
every month. I mean,
Yeah.
and every month has one. So you have like 40 of these.
I mean, I've been doing this for over a year.
Can
yeah.
you bring them in tomorrow?
Like all 12.
Yeah, bring in all your buzzing devices. Let's turn them on. Put them on the microphone.
Bring in your buzz box.
What?
They're all in my car. They're all in my car.
They
when I'm in traffic.
That's why that's why
I gotta fix my face when I'm in traffic. There's
Oh,
no, you guys know I don't sit in traffic.
All right,
Yeah.
now Are you ready for the Froggy challenge? Well, hold on. You don't watch?
You guys know I don't sit in traffic. What does that mean?
Because I commute at 5 o'clock in the morning. So
okay.
It's a joke.
By the way, the situation at Dale Mabry and Cypress in South Tampa, right at Midtown, car versus pedestrian. It's not good for the pedestrian. Let me just leave it that way. It is. Yeah, it's not good. So you got all kinds of traffic being diverted at Dale Mabry and Cypress. So the mess there is because of a car pedestrian accident, and I feel terrible. Somebody is no longer with us, and just some details I'm getting from my TPD friends. So.
Okay, let's have your TPD friends stop texting you during the show.
Why?
Because you're very invested in this one tragic accident.
Dude, I'm just bringing something up. What is your...
We have a traffic guy to talk about that.
That's even.
Hey, everybody from Tampa Police Department, don't text MJ during the show.
What are you talking about? I'm able to bring people breaking information and insight that they might not have right away.
Okay.
All right, Froggy, what do you want to say to Fester now?
I just don't understand. He picks you apart for everything. It's so great.
Listen, there's
I like it.
There's accidents every day.
We've got a listener picking me apart. I'll get into that in a minute. First, though, Froggy, are you ready for your challenge?
I guess. I mean, what is this all about here now?
I'm going to put Froggy to the test.
I never was a good tester, you know. I had a disability, so I always had extra time. An extra 30 minutes.
Did you really?
Yes.
What disability allowed you to have extra 30 minutes?
I was colorblind. And I have ADHD. All right. Go ahead. Keep laughing at that. Is that funny?
You got ADGHB is what you have.
I was not a good tester. I freaked out during tests.
All right. Now, Froggy, this is a test. This is only a test.
Okay.
Saw this yesterday. Mark Zuckerberg is challenging Elon Musk to a cage match.
What?
Yeah, so why would I put you to the test?
I don't know, because I do a lovely Elon Musk voice.
And
a Mark Zuckerberg voice, maybe?
So can I get Mark Zuckerberg to challenge Elon Musk to a cage match?
Well, you know, I'm not much of a fighter. I'm more of an engineer and builder, but you, Mark Zuckerberg, do you want to fight me? Oh, jeez. Listen, I'm not much of a fighter either, but I have been taking BJ lessons.
What?
I think you mean BJJ, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Oh, yes. Sorry. I've been taking BJJ lessons, Elon. So what do you say? It's a fight! Okay. I've never taken the BJ lessons, but I feel like I could be good at the BJs on the floor, maybe. Which that's when you wrap up and you put them in the cross-faced chicken wing. Not BJs, Elon. BJJ, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Is that what Mark Zuckerberg does?
Yes, that's what I do.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
Look it up. I do the BJJ, the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
All right, so
you can't even say Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You're so stupid. You're stupid. That's all I have.
Did you hear that Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook, they're going to launch what they're calling a Twitter killer? Did you see that? They're going to do like a short message, like so Facebook or Meta, the parent company, they're getting ready to launch a Twitter competitor. Did you see that?
That was a great idea in 2009.
Yeah, it might be a little late on this thing.
Yeah.
All right, but here's the deal. Listen to this. After Elon Musk recently tweeted that he would be up for a cage fight with Zuckerberg, the Meta CEO shot back by posting a screenshot of Musk's tweet with "send me location." So Zuckerberg is calling Musk out for like a cage match.
That's right. I'm calling you out. This is SummerSlam. My name is TK, the Twitter killer.
Did you say son of Sam?
SummerSlam.
SummerSlam.
Actually, I like that. Son of Sam.
Son of Sam, SummerSlam.
With his,
SummerSlam.
with his very wet talking, it sounded like Son of Sam.
Who you say? I don't wet talk.
A little bit, Mark.
What does David Berkowitz have to do with this? That's what I'm asking.
He's rotting in a jail cell right now.
Oh, man.
Kick you right in the crotch, Mark Zuckerberg.
Can I move on now?
No, speaking of Son of Sam.
Yes.
What?
Am I dreaming, or did you post a picture of your dad that looked like a dead ringer?
I did. You know what? I never talked about this.
Yeah, okay. So I thought I was dreaming.
All right, folks. Folks, no.
He did look like
This is,
It did look like, I was like,
Well,
oh my God, Mr. Schnitt, this looked just like him.
I brought up 3 names. Folks, this is why you need to follow me on Instagram. You got to follow my personal Instagram account. So, Fessy, go to my Instagram. My Instagram is Certified MJ Radio. Certified, the word certified, MJ Radio. That's my Instagram account. Give me a follow, because you never know what the hell's going to be up there. Listen, I shot a video last night. I had breaking news yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, breaking news. I announced yesterday that I'm shutting down my afternoon show. So after close to 22 years, I am stopping my afternoon show. I'm just walking away from it. I'm done. And I'm stopping it on July 28th, Friday the 28th, my last Schnitt show. So I'm walking away from that. I'm focusing entirely on the MJ Morning Show. And guess what?
Wow, we finally have all your attention.
I get to work. I get to work one full-time job a day.
Yeah,
you're
now
done,
we can.
You're done working at 10 a.m. all day? What a slack ass. Get a part-time job. You want to come do installs with me during the day? You have plenty of time.
Stop.
I get you something in like F&I and General RV or something.
Yeah.
Is Michelle ready for you to have all that free time?
This not going to be, I'm going to be, trust me, I'm going to be working on other things. I'm going to be able to focus more on the show. And listen,
All right.
the bottom line is I'm happy to do one consuming full-time job a day. So back to my Instagram. Again, folks, give me a follow. You have no idea what I'm going to post. There's all kinds of stuff. My Instagram is Certified MJ Radio. If you scroll down, it's not that far down. It's, I don't know, like...
It was like 2 weeks ago.
It's not far down. Look for an old picture from the 1970s. And it's a picture of my mom and my dad. And a friend of mine, Manny Goldman, who grew up in my neighborhood, he happens to live right here in Pinellas County. Longtime family friend, Manny Goldman, sends me this picture of my parents at a party in New York on September 2nd, 1972. And my mom was pretty good looking. Look at my mom.
Oh, dude, you're creepy. Let me see.
Dude, mom's a dime. Damn. Yeah, right?
I'm telling you, want to see my mom and dad in 1972?
Whoa. Oh, my God. He looks so much like Berkowitz.
Well, that's the point. So listen to this. So I wrote my parents at a party in New York on September 2nd, 1972. Does my dad look like David, son of Sam Berkowitz, Andy Kaufman, or Meathead from All in the Family?
A blend of all three.
And it's like each one is
Wait a minute. I put Meathead. Did you change that?
I didn't change anything.
Because I said a unbearded meathead. And
right.
That hair is awesome.
Yeah, go to my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio, and take a look at my family picture here, my mom and dad from 72. And I'm telling you.
I mean, did he get interviewed back in the day when they were looking for him?
Jeez. Did you see all the comments? I mean, people are like, yeah, it's really a pretty cool picture. So give me a follow also. When you go to Certified MJ Radio on Instagram, give me a follow, because you never know what's going to pop up. When I go live, I'll shoot videos that are live every once in a while.
But isn't there another crazy tie-in? Like your dad went to the same post office as Berkowitz?
Yeah, well, here's the deal.
Berkowitz worked for the Postal Service or something?
Hang on a minute. I'm going to tell you the story. You remember this.
Parts of it.
My family owned a styrofoam company called Modern Miltex in the South Bronx. And we left New York. The reason why we moved to Virginia Beach is my dad went down to Portsmouth, Virginia to buy equipment from a competitor that was going out of business. And my dad wanted to go down and get some fabrication machines because they fabricated styrofoam. My family owned like the second largest styrofoam manufacturing and fabricating company, I think, in the world at one point.
Wow, it's smart that you didn't stay in the family business.
I didn't want to do that crap. My brother became a surgeon. I got into radio. I didn't want to do styrofoam.
I want to do styrofoam.
The hell, I don't want to do that crap.
Nothing's manufactured here anymore anyway.
Listen, it provided for a nice upbringing. All right, so here's the deal. So before we moved to Virginia, my dad worked at the family business, Modern Miltex, right off the Major Deegan Expressway in the South Bronx. And David Berkowitz, the son of Sam, he was a U.S. postal worker. I think that's where the whole postal thing came from, going postal. I think it might have. But David Berkowitz worked at their post office right down the street.
All right.
Yep, not far from Fort Apache, the Bronx, that whole area. That's the area. And my dad knew David Berkowitz. My dad would talk to David Berkowitz at the freaking post office.
To this day,
they're like, hey, we look alike.
to this day, his dad's like, oh, such a nice guy. Oh, I never saw it coming.
He really was a good guy.
You've taken me totally off course
I'm
here.
sorry.
But that's the beauty of the MJ Morning Show. So
really is.
I check out my parents. What else do I have? There's a lot of stuff on my Instagram. Go back to all the tiles. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff lately. Scroll up. Julian getting the haircut from Ha. People love that. That thing's got a jillion views. Ha, our favorite haircutter at Great Clips over on West Shore. Nice video there. And what else? Oh, did you see I was a hero last weekend?
Oh, we saw.
I took a picture in my neighborhood. Look at the size of the nail. My neighbors need to know what a good Samaritan I am.
Oh, you're one of those guys who likes to do good stuff and then tell everybody about it?
No, I don't tell everyone about it. I'm telling you about it now for the first time. I pick up nails all the time because I walk the dogs 20 miles a week. I walk 5 miles Saturday and Sunday. I walk 2 miles each night, weekdays. So I walk 20 miles a week. And I pick up so many nails and tacks and shrapnel. Do you know how many neighbors in South Tampa I've saved from ruined flat tires?
432.
You're pretty damn close, my friend.
At least 5.
Anyway, moving along. 1%ers. Hey, Andrew, what was my actual tease? How did I position this? I positioned this was our teaser for today. It's 7:46, by the way, so I'm pretty much on time, which is miraculous. So, Andrew, do you have my teaser handy? You gonna play it?
Looking for the teaser.
All right, so let me know. You got to play it. Hit it. Go. You might be shocked, I say, to hear this. What 1%ers are doing. Tomorrow morning, 7:45, MJ morning. All right, so here we are. So that runs during I do a little promo every day that runs all day, kind of, bringing people back to the show at 7:45, 8 o'clock, whatever. So 1%ers, shocked, I say, of what 1%ers are doing. Do you know? Can you take a guess? Tell me what and Frog, you know what a 1%er is, right?
Yeah, it's if you're in a motorcycle gang, that means you've killed somebody.
Yeah,
right?
dude. You see somebody with
That's
a leather...
the definition of a 1%er. Look it up.
You see somebody with a leather vest and it says 1% on it, you stay the bleep away from them. Don't mess with them.
You asked me what a 1%er is.
Yeah.
Roxanne, what is a 1%er?
Is it a billionaire of some kind?
A Derek Jeter type?
You're close. So a 1%er is that upper end of society, those that the 1%er,
the top earning bracket of 1%.
The elite class.
I think it's like those that are over $100,000 a year or whatever.
Everybody that's in the Titanic death tube is a 1%er.
Yes,
dude,
it's true.
Is that not true?
There's 5% of the 1%ers right there.
Do you have to put it that way?
He's
Froggy?
right.
And I think that's the percentage that they're alive.
Except
Titanic death. Don't make light of
I'm
this.
not. I read the story that said there's probably a 1% chance.
and they're like, we're a bunch of 1%ers.
You know what? I did see that. There was a story that
Thank you.
that experts say there's a 1% chance that there might be survivors.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Anyway, so I'm going to take 1%er and I'm going to blend it with Fester's favorite store.
Oh, I think I know what it is.
Listen,
Big
that's
Lots?
true. No, not Big Lots.
Starts with a B.
Although I am looking at some Big Lots furniture right now. They have some nice selections.
They got good stuff.
They really do.
Dollar General.
Dollar Tree.
Listen, I know Elliot Kalick at Rooms to Go. I can hook you up over there, you
Listen,
Do they need shelving fixtures?
know. Long-time family friend going back to like the 50s.
I'm currently looking for a full-size man's recliner. I'm just
How many
saying.
stores?
I'll
I'm in
call
the market.
Elliot up in Atlanta, man. If you
So, yeah.
used to live here.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a deal. On to the Dollar Tree, though, where I notice a lot of hoity-toity people in there, and I'm there all the time.
There you go.
It's a Dollar Tree story?
Dollar General.
Dollar General?
Dollar
But
General?
it's dollar stores in general, not necessarily Dollar General. The number of like Mercedes-Benzes, BMWs, high-end cars, the number of upper-end income earners that are going to the dollar store these days is dramatic. Wall Street Journal, listen to this. 1%ers keep shopping at the dollar store.
Yeah.
So you see this.
Yes.
How does a car the indication of some of the poorest people I know have a Mercedes?
Listen to this. What?
I mean, your car is not an indication.
Yeah, well, right. But I was at the Dollar Tree on Fowler, and a Bentley pulled up, and the driver
That's a
got
different
out.
story.
The driver got
Yeah.
out, opened the door, and the lady walked out and asked me to hold her papillon while she walked in.
What? The
The
dog?
dog. Hold my dog.
Oh, I thought you were trying to say, do you have some Grey Poupon?
Yeah, for real.
I think they sell that
do
at
you
Dollar
have,
Tree now.
do you have a Grey Papillon? All right, so here's the deal. Wall Street Journal, that Mercedes in the dollar store parking lot isn't an illusion. High earners joined the rest of the country in flooding discount retailers like Dollar General. Aldi grocery store Five Below as prices for food and staples rose. Now with inflation at half its peak, they aren't letting up. In Market, which tracks retailer foot traffic, measured a 4% average increase in the share of dollar store visits this year among those making more than $100,000 compared with the second half of 2022. Anyway, they go into all kinds of facts and figures here. But the story is wealthy Americans long view discount stores as not for them, says Michael Learsh, who consults with high net worth individuals as head of advice and planning at Wells Fargo, yet paying $8 for a carton of eggs struck even many affluent people as ridiculous. It's a whole story how the affluent are going to the dollar stores.
Come on over, rich people. I'll show you where everything is.
Autry Liggett, who works in operations for a Santa Barbara, California hedge fund, exclusively shopped at Whole Foods and other high-end chains for groceries and household goods until recently. Growing up, he says, he looked down on what he saw as poor quality products at discount retailers. Then, one of his friends brought over a case of 99-cent store kombucha and probiotic drinks a few months ago. She makes good money. So I assumed that she also shopped at Whole Foods or Whole Paycheck and the other places that I shop. He says I was shocked. He now pops into the 99 cents only store downtown at least once a week, making sure to visit on Tuesday or Thursday when they restock for the best selection. He recently bought vitamins that retail at Whole Foods for $25, bought them for $1.99. A pint of organic blueberries, 99 cents.
Yeah.
You know, I was in Trader Joe's last night.
Yeah, it's Trader Joe's. 98% is shopped there.
So
I think I saw a 96% there.
I'm in Trader Joe's last night. Speaking of blueberries, they didn't pass the test.
Oh, the squeezy test?
Yeah, they didn't. I wanted some blueberries, and all the blueberries at Trader Joe's, they weren't the firm. They were all squishy. I hate squishy blueberries. I like a firm blueberry. I want to put a blueberry in my mouth, and I want it to go.
Can you ISO that, please? I want to put a blueberry in my mouth.
It's got to have the crunch. It's got to have the bite. You got to hear the snap.
Blueberries are disgusting,
Dude,
by the way.
blueberries are the best. I love blueberries.
Especially in a Pop-Tart or a pie.
Regular blueberries, fresh blueberries, but you got to have that pop, that snap. It's got to have a crunch. Nothing is worse than a mushy, mealy blueberry. I hate them. And last night, I go to Trader Joe's because I wanted to buy the English peas, which I love, and I wanted to buy that hybrid cauliflower because I wanted to do a little stir fry last night, and I did, and I wanted to get blueberries, but I got the peas, I got the cauliflower, but I didn't get the blueberries because, well, if you ever see me out and I'm in the produce section, yeah, I'm opening up, I'm just touching the blueberries.
Putting your fingers all over them.
Well, but I did use the sanitizing wipes
Great,
before
you're putting alcohol on them.
Before I walked in. Listen, I'm not going to buy a $7 tub of blueberries if they're mushy piles of crap.
Well, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
You're eating those blueberries because you like the taste, but you're also thinking they're such great antioxidants. They're so good
They
for
are.
me, right?
That's true.
Not for everybody, because remember when I got that blood work done for Doug? He used to eat blueberries all the time. They inflame him. They're bad for him. So if you could get your blood checked and it'd be like, blueberries are terrible
So you're
for you,
saying
MJ.
Doug is engorged?
No more blueberry White Claw.
My favorite flavor, Rox.
Is there such thing as blueberry White Claw?
I'm sure they have all kinds of flavors.
Titanic update coming up in just a matter of minutes. Also, I got a list here. I'll see if you guys like this. Top 5 funniest TV series, best TV comedies, top 5. See if you guys agree with this crap. We'll get to it in a minute.
Of all time?
Well, hang on. I'm just teasing it. It's coming up in a minute or so. This story is going to get national attention. Did you see the Persian cats in South Tampa that just got a huge inheritance?
Yeah, I think I saw that.
Boy, that's a rich old lady.
Yeah, this story's making the rounds yesterday. It's now the South Tampa pet story where they get the big inheritance. Like, what was the hotel? Leona
Helmsley?
Was it
Helmsley?
Leona Helmsley.
Helmsley, right? Helmsley's Palace.
Yes.
Remember Leona Helmsley up in New York? I was confused. Like the guy from the Jeffersons.
He was Helmsley.
Helmsley. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So Sherman Helmsley was George Jefferson, right?
Yes, that was George
Helmsley.
Helmsley.
Okay. The woman, the hotel chain magnate, that was Leona Helmsley. All right. So I always think of like her dog, when she died, I think her dog got like $10 million. Literally left a dog $10 million. Well, listen to this. This is from ABC Action News. Nancy Sauer apparently had a deep love for her cats. The Florida woman reportedly left her mansion and an inheritance for her 7 cats. Yeah, they're quoting the Tampa Bay Times. According to the Tampa Bay Times, whenever I go to their website, they want 99 cents from me.
You know what?
Yeah, maybe I should
I
fork it
want
over.
to give it to him.
Maybe I should just fork it over.
They really do a good job with her.
According to the Tampa Bay Times, the Persian cats were living in the 4,000 square foot home valued at $2.5 million for about 6 months after Sauer died. The deal is that the house was not to be sold until the last cat passed. What?
How come nobody knew about this?
Someone would reportedly visit the cats daily and feed them. What about changing the litter box? Was there cat pee and poop all over this house?
I mean, that would be part of the
do
daily
I have to
visits.
call like some crime scene cleanup company to go in there and clean this house?
Is this a trashed mansion now that 7 cats have had the run of it for a half year?
A transion.
Trashed mansion.
Is a transion.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good word.
Yeah, trashed mansion.
That's a good real estate word.
Transion. Yeah, get Andrew Duncan on the phone. The transion.
Make a TikTok video about
Get me
it.
the Duncan duo on the phone. All right, so newspaper reports a probate judge decided that the cats shouldn't be left in an empty house, so they were turned over to the Humane Society of Tampa. The cats, which reportedly come with a substantial inheritance that will cover their food, medical, and grooming bills for the remainder of their lives, were to be put up for adoption. They're only 5 years old. Persians, man, how long, they can live for what, to 15, 18 years
Yeah.
old?
You see all their names?
Yeah.
The cats have some cool names.
Yeah, they
I
really
saw it
do.
yesterday.
Go ahead. Give me the names.
Cleopatra, Goldfinger,
Leo, yep.
Napoleon,
Midnight.
Snowball, and Squeaky.
Squeaky.
They have Goldfinger, but no Octopussy for a cat.
I know.
They
crazy.
lived in 84-year-old Nancy Sauer's $2.5 million South Tampa home for 6 months after she passed away.
Oh, God.
So
So it's $300,000. That's what you get to take care of the cats with.
Is that how much each cat gets?
well, the Humane Society got $300,000.
Yeah.
I mean, how much could it be to take care of a cat? I mean, a couple of vet visits. Some,
Even if you
fancy
buy,
feast?
yeah, that's what I was going to say. Even if you buy fancy feast,
Right. Is it $5,000 a year? I don't know. I don't have a cat.
Did you know? You guys want a Froggy fun fact right now?
Those are usually false.
Yeah,
Did you know that
it's usually some erroneous
if
crap.
you're dying, you have a dog, if you put down, I want my dog to die with me, that they have to do it.
That is not true.
I know a woman that had her 2 dogs put down with her.
I know.
Perfectly healthy.
We did a story. There was outrage. We did a story about this years ago, I think, on
Then how did you just say it's not true?
Because you said if you want your dog, well, maybe you are right. Hang on. No, listen. I don't know.
That's fun. Well, it's not really fun.
It's an awful fact.
I don't know how often this happens, but I remember we did a story on the old MJ Morning Show. I don't know, 15 years, a long time ago, about an individual that had like his 2 perfectly good dogs put down because he wanted to be buried with the dogs, and that was outrageous. I can't remember whether that was true, false, urban legend. I remember we talked about it. That's all I do remember.
I wonder if we can get a call from somebody who died with their animal.
They would be dead, Froggy.
Oh, that won't work.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, this is exciting. First cases of malaria since 2003 are confirmed down in Sarasota and Manatee. Yay!
Come on.
Wow.
Jeez.
You don't think of Sarasota as a hotbed for malaria?
You don't. I remember like Zika and what was the other virus? What's the other mosquito-borne virus?
Zika was the big one. That was all the rage when I was pregnant.
Yeah, but there's
another
another one as well. What's the other one?
Oh.
Yeah, thank you. West Nile virus. Yeah, Andrew popped up with that.
He had it. He knows.
Yeah, he didn't have West
So
Nile.
malaria, what are the symptoms? Isn't that a really, really like bad jungle fever type thing? You get really hot fever?
Whoa.
What?
Listen.
Yes.
If malaria was a really bad jungle fever, then
Seriously.
I don't know much about
I had to take an anti-malarial one day. I'll tell you about that. So Sarasota and Manatee counties are under an advisory for this mosquito-borne disease. Second case of malaria reported according to the Florida Department of Health. So isn't that low? Like, we have enough things to worry about. Now we got to worry about malaria in Sarasota and Manatee?
It doesn't seem like it would be there. It's
are the skeeters getting on I-75 heading up to Hillsborough now? I hope not.
It's like a South American thing.
I thought it was
or Africa.
African.
Yeah.
Is it?
So I took an anti-malarial, Michelle and I. This is pre-kids. Michelle and I went to Africa in 1998. Do you remember Fox 13 did like a whole 3-minute segment with my home videos? That's when Fox 13 used to be fun.
Yeah, when they covered you.
When Phil Metlin was the news director, he understood it. He got the synergy between like radio and television and TV news, and what a resource and an asset we could be for each other. I miss Phil Metlin over at Fox 13. Anyway, so I went to Africa, and they did a whole like a 3-minute piece with my home videos from Africa. It was great. But anyway, the bottom line here is, when we went to Africa, we had to go, Michelle and I, to the Hillsborough County Health Department, and we had to get like a whole series of shots, and I got prescriptions, and I got I can't remember the name. I think it started with an L. Michelle and I had to take an anti-malarial drug so we didn't get malaria in Africa. And one of the warnings on the drug was that it would give you vivid dreams. And they weren't kidding, man. I have never taken psychedelics. I've never taken shrooms. I've never been on like acid or anything. Never been on LSD. But I'm telling you, right, whatever this drug was, started with an L. What the Fessel, look it up. Malaria drug that starts with L. I think it was L.
All right.
Yeah. So Michelle and I had to take this thing, and my dreams were like Alice in Wonderland, Tom Petty video, bizarre. It was like everything was in 3D, and it felt like it was all bubbling and bulging out. And man, it was crazy.
Was it Larium?
Larium, yep.
Larium?
That's it. Yep, Larium. So Michelle and I had to take Larium so we didn't get malaria in Africa. And also was cognizant of not standing next to like a riverbank so we didn't get like chewed up by a hippopotamus. So Larium, man, that stuff gave me some freaky dreams.
Malaria occurs in many tropical areas of the world.
Thank you.
Africa, Asia.
Yeah, I thought it was more of a North Pole thing.
And South America.
Usually, I mean, those Eskimos with malaria. Actually, she didn't only say that because she said South America. We said Africa, so she wanted to come
But
back.
I mean, what the hell? We got to worry about this now? Sarasota Manatee has got malaria-carrying mosquitoes?
And you do get high fever, like profuse sweating.
Yeah. All right, see if you agree with this. All right, we're going to have I have a little, a little musical portion here of the MJ Morning Show. And did you pull all the themes here? All right. So Andrew he's pulled all the musical accompaniments here. I have one of these stupid. It's from Study Finds. You know that website.
Yeah.
Every day they've got decent content. They've got all kinds of studies, and a lot of times these are paid for by companies that are trying to get a free plug, and they'll sponsor some kind of study. And listen, there's interesting stuff on Study Finds. The best TV comedies, the 5 funniest series most recommended by fans. And I want to see if you guys agree with this. And then we'll turn really dismal and dark. We'll get into the Titanic stuff after this.
Are these new shows or all-time shows?
If it's of all time, I can tell you right now it's a crap list.
Why do you think it's a crap list?
Because if it's of all time, someone's going to say, "Oh, I Love Lucy's on it," and it wasn't that funny.
All in the Family.
How'd you know that was on the list?
Because if you're going to do all-time sitcoms, you can't.
All right, here we go.
If you're going to have a Mount Rushmore of sitcoms, you got to put Lucy and her big-ass face up there.
You think Lucy is undeserving?
Yeah.
Lucy was funny.
In its time.
The way she couldn't get all those chocolates.
The chocolates on the conveyor belt? Come on.
That's good stuff.
And how about the department store manager that used to go, yes,
And then,
come on, Lucy.
And then Ricky Ricardo with that fake accent.
Get my bongo drum, Lucy.
that wasn't a fake accent.
He's like, "All right, Lucy, we're going to film in a couple of minutes. All right, and action. And Lucy, what are you doing?"
Dude, that wasn't a fake accent.
It was.
It was not.
Yes, it was.
He was Cuban. It was not a fake accent. All right, listen,
Hey, Lucy, tell him to put the light on me. Ready, 3, 2, 1. Lucy, what are you doing over there? Fake.
It was not fake. He was a real Cuban.
It doesn't.
I would take him to La Segunda and get him a great Cuban sandwich. Oh, man, I'll tell you what. I had I probably shouldn't say this.
Right.
So today's a workout day for me.
Okay.
And I've gotten into great shape. I've been doing X-Force body.
Okay, you want me to feel your abs today?
No, I don't want you to feel my chest.
I've gotten into great shape.
So, listen, I'm in the best shape I've been in a long time. I started doing X-Force body back in February.
All right.
And X-Force body in South Tampa. They've got one in Palm Harbor. I highly folks, if you want to get into shape, X-Force body. I've been a client. I don't get anything out of this. There's no consideration here. All right, so I've been doing X-Force body, and it's in the same shopping center as Metro Diner and La Segunda.
Great placement
in South Tampa.
It's a great spot.
So I just had a craving. This is about 3 weeks ago.
Would you get a guava pastry right as you work out?
Buy a whole loaf of bread and eat it?
No. So I did my workout at X-Force Body.
Yeah.
And then got a big old Cuban at La Segunda. Man, they make a good Cuban at La Segunda.
Great Cuban. Yeah, sure.
Oh, man, it was good.
All right.
But I can't do it every day. I can't do it. Like, I typically go home and I drink a ton of water and I have
the trainer guy's hearing this.
I have a little less caloric option typically after I work out. Anyway, you ready for this?
Please.
Top 5 sitcoms of all time.
Yeah, then we'll get into the latest on the Titanic deal because, man, there's a lot of stuff here.
I have a guess.
Before I get into Titanic, I got to talk about the listener that's trolling me. Hold on, I'll get to that here in a second. First, though, let's blow through this. The best TV comedies most recommended by fans. Let me see if you guys agree with this. I'll start at number 5. Number 5. Fester's going to flip out.
Is it I Love Lucy?
Let's see.
Lucy! I say I'm home.
Oh, Ricky!
All right.
Yes.
One, she got 5th place. That just goes to show you they had to add the legend on the list. And 2, you said recommended by fans. Let me tell you what a lot of I Love Lucy fans have in common. They're dead. Because it's that old of a show.
Can we take a guess?
Coming in at number 4. You want to take a guess?
Yes.
All right, coming in at number 4. Tell me what number 4 is. Most recommended comedy TV show.
Froggy?
Number 4.
Yep.
Cavemen.
What?
Remember the Geico Cavemen had their show?
What? Oh, the guy.
That was a great show.
It was like on ABC for like 2 weeks.
Here's number 4.
Big
Parks
Bang
and
Theory.
Recreation.
I don't know. What's number 4?
I don't get it. What is it?
Pretty funny show.
That's not true either.
Do you know which brilliant composer composed this music? Come on,
The
guys.
same person who
I
did the
don't know
Jetsons?
a brilliant composer, so.
Danny Elfman. Come on, guys.
Oh, him.
All right, number 3 on the list. Number 3, funniest, most recommended sitcom. Any idea?
All in the Family.
Yeah, hold on. Does The Simpsons qualify as a sitcom? It's a cartoon.
It's a comedy show. It's a comedy
okay.
show.
It sounded like The Simpsons sounded a lot like Meet the Jetsons. Didn't that music sound the same?
What are you?
They ripped
the
it
show's
from
been
them.
on since 1989.
I know, but it sounds like they ripped it off from the Jetsons.
You're just making
Yeah.
this observation?
Yep.
All right, number 3 on the list. Any ideas, Froggy?
Oh.
Is it a classic one or is it like what's
Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Nope. Number 3 is.
I was going to say that.
You said
Office.
Parks and. Why would you say Parks and Recreation before The Office?
Because I watched it last night.
You know what was on TV recently? And it's just hysterical. Comedy Central, all they run is Seinfeld and The Office. That's it.
Yeah.
The whole network exists for reruns of Seinfeld and The Office. The episode where Dwight lights the office on fire, and then what's her name? Angela throws the cat up into the ceiling.
I think I missed that one.
Good show.
Dude, you've never seen the episode where Dwight is doing like the fire awareness and lights the place on fire?
No, my favorite is when they're doing the what is it when you jump on stuff? Remember that scene?
Where it jumps through like the refrigerator box? Yeah. All right, number 2.
Parkour.
Yeah,
Parkour,
exactly.
parkour. Yeah, that's
right.
awesome.
All right, number 2. What's the number 2 most recommended best comedy?
Okay, is that Seinfeld?
Joey
was a good one.
Joe.
No, what about
Episodes.
what about the ones with the dinosaurs?
Dinosaurs?
Yes.
Number 2 is. Yes. Did you have to think about that? You didn't know that after the first note?
No, I was just
Right, okay.
that nod was like, yep, I was right. That's what I was doing too.
Number 2 is Seinfeld.
You know what brilliant composer did this music?
Larry David on like a little
I don't know. I'm just asking.
boom.
I wonder if
Larry
anybody-
David on a Casio CZ101.
All right, so
God, I wish I still had that thing.
we knew Seinfeld had to be somewhere on the list.
That's actually
The same way we knew Lucy had to be on the list. I don't know if The Simpsons belong
what do you
there.
think?
That's number
Number 1.
Oh, Breaking Bad.
All in the Family.
Breaking Bad is not a comedy. One of the greatest shows of all time.
It is.
But it's not a comedy.
Oh, there's some funny parts.
Unless you're on meth.
Come on, guys. Number 1. What do you think number 1 is?
Leave it to
Hold on.
Beaver.
Is it a classic or is it a
Hi, I'm Casey Kasem, and now we're up to the number 1 most recommended comedy show of all time.
Because
it's.
if you say it's a modern one, it's going
By
to be
the
something
way, can I
stupid.
say that I am absolutely insulted that they got Ryan Seacrest to replace me? What a talentless bum. Hi, I'm Casey Kasem. Now back to the comedy countdown.
I got it.
Yes.
The Cosby Show.
Bob.
I mean, how does the Cosby Show not make the list?
The Cosby Show is funny.
It was generationally funny.
Because he drugged and raped people?
Should that be held against him on his body of work?
Allegedly.
Actually,
Well, I guess he was convicted, right?
Yes, he went to jail for it.
Yeah, he did.
So, all right, if it's not Cosby Show, is it a modern show? Because somebody's going to say something stupid like, Big Bang Theory, which I've never seen one episode of.
Either have I.
Me neither.
I've never seen one episode of How I Met Your Mother.
Me neither.
love
Same
Big
thing.
Bang
I've
Theory.
never seen one. Same thing.
Yeah, so
Wow.
Or is it going to be like a classic, like a truly funny show like The Jeffersons or All in the Family?
Yeah, which end of the spectrum?
Think booze.
Cheers.
Oh, that's easy. Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, come on. This
What?
list is doo-doo.
What a dirge.
Making your way in the world today
What?
takes everything you've got.
I never really liked this show. I never really watched Cheers.
From all your work.
Did you
It's a
guys
show
watch?
that promotes alcoholism.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
Did you guys watch Cheers? Because I never really watched
I've
Cheers.
seen a bunch of episodes, yeah.
sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows
All right,
your
stop
All right,
this.
so there it
Okay,
is.
I got to tell you, bad times that I've gone through in my life, I binge comedy shows, and my top 3 comedy shows are 4: Seinfeld, The Office, Parks and Rec,
Yep.
and Arrested Development. You,
You
can
know-
just get lost in those, and your problems go away.
I've seen numerous Arrested Developments, but that's on our list. Michelle and I want to go back because I didn't see all seasons, all episodes. Michelle and I want to go back and watch all of the Arrested Development. So we're going to do that at some
You should
point.
watch all of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
I've heard that's good too.
That's another one. That's good as well. All right, it's 8:14 at the MJ. Why are you raising your hand?
Because I just got to tell you something weird that happened to me. So I would get so invested in these comedies, and then I would like bring these people into my life. So I kid you not.
Oh my God.
I started watching Parks and Rec. I ended up interviewing Chris Pratt, just arbitrarily for something else.
Okay.
I got into Arrested Development. Will, I can't think of his last name, Will Arnett, and Ron, Happy Days.
Ron Howard.
Thank you. I interviewed both of them.
Right.
I mean, like, I watch a show and then I.
Can I ask you about these low points in your life? What,
Yeah, seriously.
What the hell happened?
If I was to manifest anybody, it would have been Ron Howard.
Let us know what these low points are. Would you hit rock bottom? What do you like? You have like a needle hanging out of your arm? You're waiting in a line at a methadone clinic? I mean, tell me about these low points in your life.
Sad times.
When's Rachel from Friends going to show up at my door?
Well, you go to Oxy Pill Mills thanks to the Sackler family? I mean, what were you doing? Were you up in some place in a shopping center on US 19 and Holiday?
Can you manifest the sister from Schitt's Creek to appear at my house, please? Yes.
All right, I got to move along here. I've got a listener, and then we'll get into Titanic because there's a lot of Titanic stuff. I would imagine it's a listener. What should I make out of this? There is an individual.
What you should make out of it is giving it no attention. That's my official position.
Oh, so you don't think I should mention this at all?
How do you even know what it is?
Because he's been spewing about it during commercial breaks for the last day and a half.
That's why I leave.
Somebody started an Instagram account, and it's MJ Don't Work Much.
What?
What the hell? What are you, on crack? I just gave up my second afternoon job. I just announced yesterday that I'm ending my afternoon show after 22 years. MJ Don't Work Much? Listen to this thing.
I became his first follower.
Some clozo, you know what a clozo is?
Closet bozo?
Clown bozo.
Okay, all right.
Some clozo.
There's one follower and it's Fester.
I told you. I became his first follower. MJ Don't Work
Hold
Much.
on, you're following?
I mean, he follows me. It's only polite to follow back.
All right. So this individual started an account, and the description is tracking at Certified MJ Radio vacation days and comparing them to other radio hosts in Tampa Bay market.
Is he doing like a chart or a graph or something?
Founded June 2023.
No, there's absolutely nothing on here.
Right now, it's just like a logo. It's just like some magic marker that writes MJ Tracker, TRKR.
It's not a very
So
fancy
MJ
look.
TRKR and public petition to keep at Certified MJ on the radio more and on vacation less. Will keep running tally of MJ's vacation days compared to other hosts in the Tampa Bay radio market. And this was just launched like a day or two ago. This is a brand new account. And this person is going to, try to say that I take too much vacation? How much vacation do you think I've had so far this year?
A lot.
I don't know. But let's see how many
Hold
followers
on, what do you
we
mean
got.
a lot? I took a week in March. We went to visit Chloe in Scotland. That was my spring break.
I'm not complaining.
Listen, you took a week in March, and you probably have taken 4 Fridays. So
I had to go to Julian's graduation.
I'm not asking what you did.
We did late season skiing in Vail April 1st weekend because the ski conditions were amazing out in Vail.
Again,
and I wanted to give my Epic Pass a couple of other
Someone's
uses.
Yeah, I mean, you're really, really touchy about this. I mean, who gives a bleep what this guy wants to do with his stupid Instagram account?
But wait a sec. I mean, I'm doing 2 full-time jobs a day, at least for the next month, and then I'll only be doing the morning show. But what is this? Is this? You think this is somebody I know? Who is this? Who do you think this is? MJ Tracker, keeping track of my vacation days, holding me accountable.
I don't know.
I'm all for you taking vacation days because if you don't come in, I don't come in.
I get 6 weeks a year. Contractually, I've gotten 6 weeks of vacation days a year since like the late 90s.
Right.
And in fact, I'm going to up that. I'm going to up that to a cool 2 months here
You
pretty
won't
soon.
take it.
Good.
Last year, you left a week and a half on the table.
Did I?
Yeah.
That stinks.
Yeah, I think I might have.
So, I mean, so what? You have 6 weeks. You didn't take 6 weeks.
You know, I started this radio gig in 1982.
Oh, God, here we go.
I've
been doing this for 39 years.
If MJ Tracker at MJ Don't Work Much wants some detailed history, listen up.
Let me guess.
All right,
He
expose,
earned it.
show yourself. So whoever MJ Don't Work Much is on Instagram, what? Expose yourself. Show your face. Who
Call
are
in
you?
now.
Who are you? MJ Tracker dude. Call in right now. Is this you? 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Keeping track of my vacation days, holding me accountable, comparing my vacation days to other Tampa Bay radio hosts.
Yeah.
How many days does Calta get a year? What does he take?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what anybody takes.
What about Bob and Judd? How about Nancy Alexander? What station is she on these days?
She's on vacation for perpetuity.
Yeah, she's on permanent vacation, and Bob and Judd haven't gone anywhere in a while. At least I don't think Judd has.
Yeah, some of those people probably work from home too. We don't work from home. We're butts in the seats.
Judd's dead.
Chad and Christy never take a vacation.
How many vacation days do they take? Chad and Christy.
They've been on permanent vacation for like 3 years.
I got to be honest. I can't name. If you told me for $1,000, if you told me name 5 radio morning shows in this market, I couldn't do it.
Well, you could probably say Ryan Seacrest and probably get it right?
No,
Isn't he on
I
somewhere?
don't think
he does mornings in L.A.
He's on Kiss FM in Los
How
Angeles.
about Bobby Becker? What's the guy's name?
Burt Bacharach?
Listen, I couldn't name. I'm telling you right now, I couldn't name 5 shows in this market. Anyway, moving along. So, is he calling in yet? No.
What about our other sister stations?
Yeah, just
You
name
can
those shows.
Yeah, I mean, besides...
I don't even know the other shows in this
Nandi
building.
and Christy.
I couldn't even tell you who works in this building. No idea.
We got Conway Twitty doing mornings on the hall, right?
All right, so here's the deal.
That's not his name.
I know Orlando, okay? The biggest radio morning shows in the market are us, the MJ Morning Show, Orlando, and Calta. Those are the 3 biggest radio names in this market. All right, moving along, the whole Titanic deal. Here's one of the headlines. Missing Titanic sub projected to run out of oxygen just after 7 a.m.
So that's it.
That was an hour and 20 minutes ago.
So what, did they stop looking?
Well, no. And they just got
They
just got a rover on the scene yesterday or late last night. So the rover, I believe, is capable of going down to like 12,000 feet.
They got to find the thing.
It sure took their time getting the rover.
Guys,
there. Don't they have planes?
I don't know if they're going to find this thing.
There's no way they could give up like finding it, right? They're just going to leave it down there.
Yes, it's a big ocean. It's eventually you're like, all right, guys, that's it. They gave up looking for that plane.
Listen, I don't know if they're ever going to find this thing. Theories have ranged from it imploded, meaning the window gave out, the hull blew apart. Listen, you've had 2 employees that tried to say the operation was unsafe and that they got fired. There are 2 individuals. There was a lawsuit for like wrongful termination. There was a guy that was trying to like whistle blow and say that he didn't like the safety at this ocean gate running this submersible, and that was a whole deal. But did this thing implode? Is it hung up on or in the wreckage of the Titanic? Will they ever find this thing? I mean, I don't know. I'm leaning toward, and I've said this for a while now, all this chatter about, they're running out of air. They're going to be out of air at 7 a.m. That was an hour and 20 minutes ago. And I don't know, is that Eastern time or is that Atlantic time? Because out there, that's Atlantic daylight time out there. So anyway, I'm inclined to believe that the thing imploded, a pressure problem, and I don't know if they'll ever find anything. That's what I believe, but I guess time will tell. Is this just going to be a mystery? We'll never recover bodies. We'll never find out what happened to the craft. I don't know. But, everyone's saying, the oxygen, as if the ship is still intact. Many are making that assumption. I don't think that's the case. And then the banging noises. So I told you, I've got a whole pile of Titanic stuff here on what's going on with this rover, this submersible. Late last night, banging noise, likely debris from Titanic. A sonar expert believes that the banging noise is detected by rescue searchers or crews were in the submersible disappeared, likely debris from the 12,500-foot deep wreckage site. Jeff Carson, professor emeritus of Earth and Environmental Sciences at Syracuse University. Go Orange Men. Oh, you can't call them Orange Men anymore.
No, they're orange
people,
humans.
Orange them,
Orange they.
orange they.
Orange they. Orange they.
Yeah. So this professor emeritus, he told the Daily Mail that he thinks the U.S. Coast Guard's pursuit of the noise, which some experts believe indicates that the 5-person crew is still alive, he thinks it's wishful thinking. He says the banging noises detected by the Canadian P-3 aircraft on Tuesday and continued again on Wednesday, he says that he believes it's just noise from the Titanic itself. And I did hear yesterday that they had recordings and that experts were going to determine whether they thought it could even be animals. The banging could be, sea creatures, could be a whale or a pod or whatever. You don't know. But here's a little cold water on the banging. This professor, seems like he knows what he's talking about. He doesn't think that it's human-made banging from inside the capsule.
Does anybody know how long they were originally supposed to be on this mission?
Yeah, 6 to 8 hours.
What?
Yeah. So
Wait a second.
The whole thing was supposed to be 6 to 8 hours.
So the time that they were unreported was 8 hours.
Right.
Like they should have come back. Why didn't they report it immediately?
That is another report. And we brought this up earlier in the week that the Ocean Gate Company, they waited 8 hours to report to the Coast Guard and to authorities that they can't find the submersible. They've lost contact. They didn't surface. They waited 8 hours. So the whole thing is supposed to be 6 to 8 hours. You get dropped in the water. It takes about 2.5 hours to descend the 12,500 feet down to the Titanic. They cruise around for a couple of hours. They get to look out the one window, which that could have given way. Because remember, the company said that wasn't pressure rated to 12,500 feet. The whole craft was not pressure rated that deep. And then, being on numerous missions and going down and having that kind of pressure, then back up and down and up. They never really pressure tested or tested this craft to make sure that it was structurally sound. But so 2.5 hours down, you cruise around for a couple hours and then coming back up. The whole thing was supposed to be 6 to 8 hours. And here we are days later.
We have a great question from a texter for you, MJ.
Yes.
From Matthew.
Yep.
Ask MJ if he thinks the life insurance will pay out.
Oh, I think so. So if
even though they did something that said death.
So
I don't believe that. I'm assuming that these individuals on board, the British billionaire, the Pakistani and his son, which he's loaded as well. You got the French Titanic expert that Narjolet.
The
right?
CEO of the company's on there.
And then, of course, the CEO, that Stockton Rush, he was driving the damn thing. I'm sure that there were numerous life insurance policies, but I don't think there was any exclusion that said you can't go on a Titanic deep sea submersible. Yeah, so I would say, but do you have to produce a body? What's the time period? Do you have to wait before they would be declared dead if they're missing for the life insurance to pay out? But no, that's an interesting point. Also, if they are still alive, another complication is, and you brought this up earlier, is hypothermia. Because the water temp, we had G. Michael Harris on from RMS Titanic yesterday, and on the show, he said that the water temp down there is about 29 degrees. So that period of time, in that kind of water, it's going to get cold inside. So they would be, if they're still alive, running out of air, running out of oxygen, but also it could be just, cold as a witch's. Oh, I can't say that.
Yeah.
You know what?
It's cold.
You know the expression, right?
The coldest body part on the witch. Yep.
The wart on her nose.
No, it's a little lower. Here, listen to this guy. German adventurer who went on the Titanic submersible. I went on a Titanic submarine. I went on the Titanic submarine. It was a suicide mission. This is a guy that went on it, luckily successfully came back to the surface. Amid frantic international efforts to locate the lost Titanic exploring submersible, experts point out this isn't the first time the deep sea diving vessel has raised flags. A German adventurer who explored the Titanic wreckage on the same submersible that disappeared labeled the voyage a suicide mission. I was incredibly lucky back then. Arthur Leubel, 60 years old, told the German news outlet Bild of his hair-raising aquatic adventure, according to the New York Post. He undertook the perilous underwater odyssey August of 2021 along the descent, which cost him nearly $110,000. Also on his mission was also that Paul-Henri Narjolet, the French guy. He was on a previous mission as well, and he's one of the ones that's missing, as well as the CEO, that Stockton Rush, was also on the mission he went on, and he said he was incredibly lucky. He said it was a suicide mission back then. The first submarine didn't work. Then a dive at 1,600 meters had to be abandoned. They ended up launching 5 hours late. Not only that, but right before the voyage, listen to this. Right before the voyage, the bracket of the stabilization tube, which balances the sub, tore and had to be reattached with zip ties.
Right. This thing, you're an idiot if you go on that thing. This thing sounds like it's worse than a fair ride.
I mean, you'd think these billionaires have made a bunch of really good decisions in their lives.
It's just insane.
It's like a bunch of carnies from
right?
Gibsonton are running this thing, and they're leaving all kinds of important cotter pins out.
Hey,
you know?
Ma, the Ferris wheel's wobbly. Get some zip ties on it.
Like, this is just outrageous. The story's coming out.
It really is.
How egregious is this thing?
It's crazy. And the thing that made me so insane last night that I sent you, MJ, I mean, we talked about it yesterday, how you can't extend your legs. Only one person can. And you have to sit crisscross applesauce. And I looked at the schematic. That is like a torture chamber. I could never be with my body scrunched up like that for 6 hours. Pay to do that.
Did you hear there was a Simpsons? We just played the Simpsons theme a little while ago as one of the top comedy shows recommended.
Right.
Did you know a Simpsons writer was on this submersible last year? A writer for The Simpsons by the name of Mike Reese was on. Did you hear the interview he did?
Is he the guy that said he fell asleep?
Did he do it in voices?
He's the guy who said it was terrifying.
Is he the voice of Mo? Like,
No, he's a writer.
That's the drunk guy at the bar.
No, Mo, I think it's done by Harry Shearer, or maybe that's...
What's the drunk guy at the bar, the big fat friend?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
I've
never seen
that
the
guy. You've seen The Simpsons. Who's one of the big voices on The Simpsons?
Hank Azaria?
Hank Azaria.
Shearer?
All right. And hey, Nancy Cartwright, she's a big Scientologist. She could be over in Clearwater right now.
And if you look at her,
Yeah.
no offense, Nancy, but she's sort of turning into Bart Simpson.
She is.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's kind of crazy.
All right, so listen, this is a Simpsons writer. A writer for the TV show The Simpsons was on one of these Titanic submersible missions last year. Listen.
It was just 11 months ago in this very same sub.
So this guy, last July, 11 months ago, this Simpsons writer was in the same sub.
And I see over on every dive we took, they lost communication.
So he's like, every dive they took, they lost communications. Remember, we played audio early in the week. Some guy said, guy that sounded like he was Pakistani or Indian, he said that they lost communications for he said they got lost for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
They got lost.
This is nothing new.
Yeah.
So basically, not one trip went smoothly.
No.
I don't. It sounds like there were problems all over the place.
One of the problems with this thing. And, I'm sure the world is very worried and that kind of thing. But something to know, having gone through it, is going in how very dangerous this is, and it's not any bad reflection on Stockton Rush. It's his company and he designs it, but it's just that we are all part of this ongoing experiment. before you even get on, you sign this long waiver that mentions possible death 3 times on the first page.
The first page mentions death 3 times.
Just so you know what you're getting into. And in fact, when I stepped onto the sub, I just knew. Part of my mind was going, well, this could be the end.
That's great.
How about you step off?
Yeah. I like to do recreational activities where you say, this could be the end.
Listen, diving's dangerous too. You get stuck underneath a rock.
I'm doing.
You get eaten by a big fish like Jonah.
So I leave tomorrow. Julian and I are leaving. Is the vacation guy going to get all pissed off? Oh, MJ's taking his 2nd week this year. Ooh. So I'm going to be doing recreational diving. The bulk of our diving is going to be an average of like 60 feet deep. And listen, I've got like over 1,200 dives to my credit, and I've been all over the place, all kinds of depths. I've been, to 150, 180. I've been 212 is my deepest dive actually, which I will never do that again. And look, I felt totally safe. That was in Truck Lagoon, and the dive masters took a few people down to see a steamroller in the sand right next to the San Francisco Maru.
Wow.
In Truck Lagoon.
Sounds great, Peterman.
Yeah.
Jay Peterman.
Elaine? All right, so back to this guy, the Simpsons writer.
Wow. So that's it. I mostly, it's a very creepy feeling to think if they're alive down at the bottom of the ocean or something like that. And, just knowing I don't think there's a way to get them out of a situation like that, and that they'll just be sitting there for 3 or 4 days before the oxygen runs out. Very, very scary thought.
So there you go. That's a Simpsons writer. So you have all these folks that are saying, dangerous, or you have numerous people that said they bailed because they thought it was like put together with like Scotch tape and chewing gum.
Yeah.
And so some people bail. There's like this one dude out there who's like, oh, it was great. It was totally safe. I'd do it again. There's like one dude making the rounds on the cable news that's like going against everyone else by saying, oh, it's great. It's safe. It's this. Yeah, it's really safe.
Couple things swirling around. Have you heard any conspiracy theories that they're faking their death?
And you know what, Michelle last night, we're watching TV last night, and Michelle's like, hey, she's reading some thread about all the conspiracy theories. And there's a number of just stupid theories out there. I'm not going to even give them the time of day. But no, you're right. There's a whole bunch of conspiracy theories out there.
They might have fell into the lost city of Atlantis.
Yeah.
Yep.
Atlantis police pulled them over.
Listen to this. Missing Titanic sub aborted a mission last year after the battery drained. It just seems like
I feel like I'm going out on my John boat with my trolling motor, and I have to make sure it's charged. I mean, this is outrageous.
I mean, battery drained. The balancing tube fell off. They had to reattach it with zip ties. Yeah, and it's going down to 12,500 feet. We're going to reattach it with zip ties.
You get an entry-level Logitech POS controller.
It was like a Logitech like F710 or something?
Yeah, it was garbage.
Hold on, go.
I wouldn't buy that for my PC.
Yeah, seriously, go to Logitech controller right there. It's the Logitech. It's been identified by gamers as the Logitech F710 controller.
How much is it on Amazon right now?
You could buy it from Dell directly for $43.99.
No, that's jacked up.
That's too expensive.
That's too much
money. It's like
$19.99.
Lenovo has it for $33.99.
No. Apparently, it's like
that probably has the Bluetooth. This one doesn't have the Bluetooth connection.
Well, there's a there's a wireless Bluetooth version, but then I think is there a wired version as well?
They make the 310 with a wire, and it's $13.
There you go. That's probably what they have.
No, I think this is the wireless one because I think it's the Logitech F710 video.
So if their Bluetooth runs out, they're done?
Yeah, I can't keep Bluetooth if I listen to something in my living room and go to the bedroom, but
their Logitech probably lost Bluetooth connection and they hit
3,000 feet under the sea. You still have your Bluetooth capabilities?
But wait, there's more. Do you remember yesterday we talked about the stepson of the British billionaire?
I know what he's up to.
This is crazy. So he's back in the news. The British billionaire stepson, during this whole crisis, he goes to a Blink-182 concert.
He's only the stepson.
And listen to this. He said when people were questioning him, my family would want me to go because they know how much of a Blink 182 fan that I am. I'm like, are you kidding me?
I mean, they are really good.
Well, guess what? We have a new story with this guy.
Would he go to a Sum 41 show?
Now he's online flirting with an OnlyFans model.
Good for him.
He's looking for grief sex. Give him a break.
He's looking for a grief hookup.
How could this guy be thinking of sex when his dad's dead?
Stepdad. And we don't know, but I don't think it looks good. The stepson of a British billionaire aboard the missing Titanic sub went online to flirt with a nearly nude OnlyFans model Wednesday as rescuers raced to find the vessel. Brian
However you pronounce it, it's not that dramatic.
Well, his last name is spelled Szazz. How else would you pronounce that?
Shazaz?
Zaz?
Zazara?
Sounds like a medication.
Anyway, he's the stepson of the British billionaire Hamish Harding. He retweeted an image of OnlyFans it girl Brea flashing her booty in a thong with the caption, "Can I sit on you?" Are you kidding me? His stepfather is missing. The whole world is looking at this whole Titanic submersible accident, this disaster, and he's going to Blink 182 concerts, and he's asking OnlyFans models to sit on him?
No, he commented. She put, that was her comment. Can I sit on you? And he put, yes, please.
Well, okay, just as bad. Oh, yeah, you're right. So the OnlyFans model is named Brea, and
she's showing her butt.
She's showing her butt in a thong and sent him a message, "Can I sit on you?"
No, not him a message. She just posted that to her.
Oh, so that was just on her feed?
Yes, and he commented like 1,000 other guys probably did.
I got you, on Twitter. So
yeah, it's not like she messaged him.
So she's advertising her OnlyFans on Twitter. Oh, did you see that Twitter might boot all the pornography?
No.
Yeah, Twitter might get rid of all that. Elon Musk might enforce all that.
No pornography on my side.
Close my account now.
All right, so, yeah, Froggy's got it right. So she's advertising on Twitter, and the billionaire stepson, amid all this, answering the question, "Can I sit on you?" as she shows her butt in a thong, and he says, "Yes, please."
Okay, so what else?
You're talking to these OnlyFans porno models.
How old is this guy?
I think he's like 20-something.
He's a young dude.
I mean, that's just age-appropriate behavior. And
While your stepfather is in a death tube.
They must not be close to this.
Wait a minute. Andrew says he's 36 years old.
Okay, well.
Good for him.
Oh, my God.
He's 36.
I was gonna say, what is he supposed to be doing? Reading all the scary articles online? Reading the comment section? No, he probably blew into 1 million. But, like, what's he supposed to be doing? Every second of the day.
Being worried about his dad, maybe. Not horny. I wouldn't be horny if my dad was stuck in the Titanic.
No, I'd be a real big turn on.
Listen to this. Somebody responded to him saying, "Yes, please," when the OnlyFans model said, "Can I sit on you?"
Yeah, everybody saw it.
And somebody commented, "LMAO, laughing my ass off. Quote tweeting a thirst trap while your stepdad is lost at sea is wild business." Another one said, "Unreal to be tweeting this right now." What is this dude doing? 36 years old, going to Blink 182 concerts and having an interaction with a nearly naked OnlyFans model while your stepdad is in some kind of death contraption 12,000 feet under the Atlantic.
He said his dad would want him to go to the Blink 182.
I know
his dad would want that woman to sit on his lap.
Yeah, exactly. My dad, who's probably, who knows what's going on. Again, I think...
He's probably talking to Jack and Rose at this point.
I think the capsule, it imploded. I don't think it's intact. And this guy's, trying to pick up strippers on only... what is he doing?
Shooting a shot, man.
Ocean Gate, the company?
Yeah.
Which I don't think that's going to be a viable business entity going forward.
The company that didn't report them missing for 8 hours?
Yep. Well, listen to this. Apparently, they raised $18 million to build a bigger submersible fleet for additional brand new Titanic trips. I'm thinking with the CEO gone And I'm thinking this is done. I'm thinking that the tourism business model to go see the Titanic, I'm thinking is shot.
It's just the beginning.
Unless you have a death wish.
Seriously.
Man.
Who wants to go down to there?
One other thing here. This is weird. This is weird. Listen to this. It turns out the wife of the missing pilot / CEO, this Stockton Rush, the wife is a descendant of Isidore and Ida Strauss.
Oh, no.
They were first-class passengers on the Titanic. And his obsession, I want to marry a descendant of someone that was on Titanic? It's kind of weird, isn't
Sort
it?
of like how Nicolas Cage married the daughter.
Elvis. Yeah,
Elvis.
there you go. All right, we got to take a break. I don't want to get too late here. All right, we got a loaded, long chunk of the show next. We'll get into the 9 o'clock hour. We'll give away Boy George with Culture Club tickets. Also, Howard Jones and Berlin, special guests. Concerts coming up July 15th. I got free concert tickets coming up in the 9 o'clock hour. We have the must-hear 9:10 story coming up. The 9:10 big story of the day is coming up. Don't miss it. We're back in minutes on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Heads up if MJ Morning Show here on Q105. MJ with Roxanne and Froggy Fester. Roxanne just said to me, I've got 2 tiny issues, and ran out of time, so she couldn't tell me the 2 tiny issues because there was only like 6 seconds left on Ace of Base. That's a great time to say, hey, I've got 2 tiny issues, and then the song's over. It's like, you can't. Why didn't you tell me 2 minutes ago?
I think she does that on purpose. She does that a couple times.
She does. That's her MO.
Now, you're derailing, but what are your 2 tiny issues? Is this for broadcast?
Yeah, it's fine. I just had to sneak it in there tomorrow. Because originally you said you were going to be gone tomorrow.
Yeah, you know what? I screwed. I think, are you guys angry at me for this?
I can't make it tomorrow. I have a thing.
Oh, you do not.
I have a thing.
You're going to be here tomorrow. You're not going to be. So the deal.
Fine.
The deal is I sent out an email like a month ago that Julian and I were going on a scuba trip down to Little Cayman, and I was going to be off on Friday and then all next week. But I don't know why I sent that out. I'm going to miss my afternoon show tomorrow because I have a flight out in the afternoon, but there's no reason why I can't do the morning show. So instead of getting nicked a day, I'm going to work tomorrow because I love doing the show, and we're going to work tomorrow. So I did correct this, about a week and change ago?
Like over the weekend, you sent an email, very tersely worded email.
It wasn't tersely worded.
Vacation update.
Very matter of fact.
MJMS vacation update. I will, in fact, be working Friday.
Yeah, no one cares
Sorry
for what we want,
inconvenience.
what we need.
All right, Froggy,
I need a mental day.
A mental health day would be nice.
Froggy, are you going to be here tomorrow?
I will.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
All right, Roxanne and Fester, you'll be here, right?
Oh, yeah. I just took a week off. How could I not show up?
Fester was bragging that he's only working 9 days in June because, like I said, you guys have this figured out, and you guys are working me over. Because what's happening is when I take my vacation days, suddenly you guys are like, oh, that doesn't work for me. I'm taking another day. So you guys get my days off, and then you get your days off. You guys are getting more vacation days a year than I get now. It's unbelievable.
That's a lie.
All right, so
It's an outright lie.
Roxanne, before I get back on track here, what are your 2 tiny little issues that you need to discuss?
The first tiny issue, I'm excited about it, but today I'm going to Bodsy to get another vampire facial Morpheus 8 treatment.
That's right. You're getting your...
You're coming back to get another facial?
I want to suck your blood.
Yes.
A 1, a 2,
It's a fright
a
night.
3. I'm the Count from a Sesame Street. A 4, a 5. Roxanne, you taste so delicious.
Why is there a werewolf involved?
Vampires, werewolves, aren't they? Yeah, right?
She's not getting a werewolf facial.
Yeah.
How about a Frankenstein facial?
Werewolves do have fangs.
All right, so what's the deal? So you're getting your vampire facial today. So what's the problem?
At Bodsy, and then you look very glowy eventually, but the day after you look a little crazy.
Yeah, Michelle's gotten this.
Yes, so I might.
Oh, you don't want to come in tomorrow because your face might look like chopped meat or something.
Yeah, well, no, it's not that bad, but it's just. Anyways, I might wear a mask. That's issue number 1. That doesn't affect anyone.
What, like a Halloween mask?
No,
like a Frankenstein mask?
Like an old school COVID mask, just like a mask, just so you can't see part of my face.
Come on.
Yeah,
Put your vampire facial face on MJTV tomorrow. Come on.
It's going to look great.
Stop.
A couple days later.
What's issue number 2?
Issue number 2 is, again.
Is this a tiny issue as well?
It's a teeny tiny issue.
Yeah, what's that?
Committed to taking my stepmom to the airport tomorrow morning.
Oh, no.
Oh, so before
Yes.
Before I said, hey, we're going to work tomorrow, you had already committed to take your mother-in-law?
Yeah. And I think...
Is it your mother or mother-in-law?
My stepmother. My mother.
Mother,
yes.
okay.
And so anyway...
Was she a wicked, evil stepmother?
No. We're blended family. Everybody.
I committed to take my great-grandma to the home.
Did she lock you in the attic?
No. She's a wonderful stepmother.
Gotcha.
Everybody's
so you got to. So what's the issue? You're going to be.
So the issue is she had to be there at 7. I'm going to say, hey, can we get you there a little earlier? Split the difference. And so I might.
Hold on, whoa. Yeah. She had to be there at 7.
Yeah.
The show starts at 6.
I know.
That's her issue.
Hold on. What time's her flight?
I don't know. She just said she wanted to be there at like 7ish. So I'm going to bring her a little earlier. Is that cool? Yes. Bring her in the 6 o'clock
Roxanne,
hour.
Just
And then
answer
the-
for him.
Roxanne, just take the day tomorrow. Just take the day.
No, I still have to be
Wait a
here
minute.
until 3 o'clock every day, guys. You know that. So
Yeah,
it's
sure.
okay if I get in here a little
All right,
early.
so
Can't run the
hang
same
on a
show
minute.
twice.
Hang a minute. What time do you expect to arrive tomorrow?
6:15, 45, somewhere between 6:15 and 6:45.
Roxanne, just show up whenever. Show up whenever.
I plan on having diarrhea tomorrow.
Why
I
don't you
can't
just
make it.
tell her to take an Uber?
Dude, I have it today.
Why
I'm
don't you
here.
tell your mom to take an Uber?
Oh, your mom. Call Mrs. Schnitt and ask her.
No, I mean,
Just
if it was his stepmom.
have Doug take your
Yeah, let's
stepmom
Doug,
to the airport.
Load up the kids in the morning when
You
they're
can
still
listen.
sleeping.
You can leave the kids at home for an hour.
Why don't you just
how
leave
old are
it
the
up
kids?
to...
Put the monitor on,
Kids
right?
are 6 and 3.
Yes.
Yeah, you can leave them at home for
Why
an hour.
doesn't Doug do something and take her?
Seriously.
All right, I'm kidding around. You can't leave a 6 and 3-year-old at home.
All right,
That's a visit from the Hillsborough County
Yeah.
Sheriff's Office.
You know, my daughter knows that
Yeah.
so well. Like, she's always reminding me, if I even step out of the car, don't leave us in the car. That's child endangerment.
Are you serious? I'm going to call 911, Mommy. Kid's going to turn you into Department of Children and Families. All right, so those are your tiny issues.
Yeah.
That's not that bad.
show up tomorrow with your chopped meat face anytime you like, Roxanne. It's totally cool.
Okay, thank you. Oh,
Hey.
can I show you real quick? Look what someone just dropped off to me.
Oh, look
Isn't
at
that amazing?
What is it?
Listeners came and brought a Titanic, a miniature replica for my daughter.
Can I see it?
Yes. Can you? Oh, I hate that noise. That noise. The styrofoam touching things.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this. All right, this is on MJ TV right now.
Oh,
From Charles and Helen. Why would
Yeah.
there's a post-it note with a name? Why wouldn't you say the name?
I was getting to that.
Oh, okay, all right.
I wasn't gonna not say it.
This is a Titanic model, 1912 miniature replica ship. I've just opened up the box and it's got the squeaky styrofoam, and inside is a replica of the RMS Titanic. And I'm holding this up right now. Wow, your daughter is going to love this.
She's gonna love it.
Is it a toy?
No, it's like
Oh, it's a model.
It's like a tchotchke you keep on your shelf, like really morbid people. But Roxanne will use it as a kid's toy.
You have to cut the front end of it off.
No, you got to split it in half.
Yeah, right down the middle. It cracked. Didn't you see the movie?
Yeah, it cracked in half.
I've seen plenty of documentaries. Thank you.
Not documentaries, something real. The movie with
What?
Jack Dawson.
Why is
floating-
there fried egg on the back of the bow of the Titanic? There's like fried eggs.
What? Let me see.
It's supposed to be like the propeller.
What is that?
Oh, there's fried eggs on the back.
It looks like they're fried eggs on the back of the Titanic.
The guy who made it sneeze on it.
I don't know.
Is it
I'm
chips?
serious. Hold on, I'm holding this up to
Yeah, there's
MJ
boogers on
TV
it.
right now. Look at this. Andrew, can you get this? Is it coming in clear?
Oh, maybe that's the iceberg pieces.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, it's on the back.
No, I don't think it's.
iceberg hit the front.
No, this is before it got hit by the iceberg or before it ran into iceberg right ahead.
Interesting.
Oh, look, there's Jack on the bow.
Oh look,
I love you, Rose.
Oh, my God.
there's Rose's.
Oh, look, the medallion, the big pendant. I see it right at the bottom.
That was very insensitive of a bunch of ghosts dancing in front of by the Titanic. This is very wrong.
When was this?
Today.
You know, there's a lot of rude stuff.
And it says
Yeah.
ghosts waiting for new arrivals or
Are
something.
you serious?
And they're dancing.
Yeah,
I was
you know,
like, oh my God.
You know what, Chloe?
There's some really brutal stuff out there.
Hang on, let me see if Chloe's available. Chloe, I went out with Chloe last night and Julian just to grab some. They wanted to pick up some food, and Chloe was reading off of some social media. 813. Let me see if Chloe's available to take my call. She's intern. I don't know if she has her internship down at the court.
This is Chloe. Sorry I couldn't get to the phone.
I guess she's in court already. Yeah, she's interning at the courthouse, so she's watching a trial right now. So I get she was reading me these really just rude, nasty comments, and it's just awful.
Yeah,
Anyway.
these people are gonna pass.
Anyway, thanks from Charles and Helen for dropping off the Titanic model. I'm going to take this for myself.
No, I know someone who is going to love it.
So on the back end of the Titanic, there was a space between the propeller and the rudder.
Right.
And that's what the white spot in the back looks.
That's what the scrambled eggs are back there?
The yolk is supposed to be the propeller, and
Oh,
the
really?
white spot's supposed to be just something fancy.
Makes me hungry.
So does your daughter, and before I move on, does your daughter, who's 6 years old, and folks, if you don't know this, Roxanne's 6-year-old daughter, Helena Jade, what's her name?
Helena Jade.
What is it? No, real.
Evelyn. I like the name Helena Jade. It's pretty.
Evelyn Jade Roxanne's daughter is 6 years old and obsessed with Titanic. She wants a sinking Titanic wall decal in her bedroom. Does she know about the whole?
I was just going to ask you, is she following this story?
Yeah.
No, I have shielded her from it.
So your 6-year-old does not know about the missing submersible?
She doesn't know anything about it.
Well, it's part of the history now. You better tell her.
I know, but we're going to see how this
What
ends.
a terrible
ends up.
parent. I mean, if your kid loves the Titanic, she'd want to know this.
Oh, I had a natural segue before you jumped in with the Titanic model. But you having to take your your stepmother to the airport, I had a great segue after that. If your flight is canceled at Tampa International Airport, you can go get a free margarita flight at Bahama Breeze.
Really?
Yeah, how about this?
That's cool.
Right down the street.
Yep, Bahama Breeze wants to give travelers a flight for a flight experience. So any passenger who has their flight canceled, so if you have proof of a canceled flight during the week of July 1st through July 8th, they'll give you a free margarita flight at Bahama Breeze.
It's one of my favorite places to boat to.
I guess the margarita flight is a signature cocktail.
You try a bunch of different margaritas on a flight, right?
3-ounce servings of the most popular margaritas, the classic, the dragon fruit, the coconut pineapple, and the Evinrude motor oil.
Delicious. Goes right down.
Is Evinrude still around? Do they still make engines? Evinrude?
They make outboards.
Why do I think Evinrude's not around anymore? Or maybe it's Johnson. Johnson, right?
It's Evan Nice now.
Whatever. All right, so that's nice. Bahama Breeze. If you have a canceled flight at Tampa International, week of July 1st, you just go ahead and you prove that your flight got canceled and you get a free margarita flight. All right, now Fester.
Yes.
Speaking of adventure, I saw this and I thought of you and I'm like, oh no. Oh my. You were just out west.
Yes.
You were just on a dude ranch on vacation with your mother-in-law.
Yes.
It's a rude ranch is what that is.
Go west.
Now, Fester, you participated in some horseback riding activities.
Oh, God, poor horse.
Poor
I know.
horse is right.
A large dude man.
Yeah. Oh, is that like Fester's jingle? And the horse said Fester is a large dude man.
People say Fester is a large rude man.
The horse is like, really, guys? I got him? Come on.
Really?
The horse is like, turn me into glue now.
The horse went,
He's so fat.
what other activity? When you were out in Colorado, what other activity did you partake in?
I did whitewater stuff,
Stop right there. That's
Okay.
exactly.
All right.
Man dies after falling out of boat in Royal Gorge on the Arkansas River.
Oh, that's my river.
That's where you were. You told me you did whitewater, or you did Class 3 rapids.
Yes.
Whitewater rafting, Arkansas River in Colorado.
Yes. We were in Browns Canyon.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't believe you did that.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I was supposed to go on a trip to Browns Canyon years ago, but the water level was too low.
Yeah, it's really high now.
Oh, yeah. Well, because the snowpack was unbelievable. I know I was skiing in Vail April 1st weekend. Some of the best conditions I've ever had.
That's
It's
what
amazing.
I told everybody that. I was like, my friend was here in April. He said it was great conditions.
Yeah. So here's the deal. A man died after falling out of his boat, entering the rapids just past Royal Gorge Bridge on the Arkansas River. Colorado Parks and Wildlife said the incident happened around 1:30 p.m. during a 3-boat commercial trip. Several passengers fell out of a boat when it entered. You're not going to believe this. The name of the rapid that they hit, the Boat Eater Rapid.
See,
Yeah.
those
The
things
name
are
of the-
so dangerous.
The name of the freaking rapid is it's going to eat your boat.
Yeah, it's pretty scary.
Now, do they have regular boats or these the rafts?
No, they're the rapid rafts.
We had
right?
a very well inflated raft.
Right. So
Oh, wow, great. Guess what? One pop from a rock.
No, it was really, really substantial. I thought
The air in it was really strong.
I thought it was going to be janky, but it was a very substantial watercraft.
You got to hold your big butt.
Yeah, right? Didn't flip it over. Are you sure, Tex? And he's like, "You'll be fine.
But
Get in there."
the way the story's written, and this is from KDVR, which I believe is Fox out of Denver, they're calling it a 3-boat. Are they?
There are a lot of companies there.
But are there regular boats or are they all rafts? Should it be a 3 raft? Did you see regular boats?
They usually have a raft and they have a safety boat.
So I saw other people, like not with a company on the river, but they all had an inflated device, and they look like idiots just down there with their sticks going down. I'm like, you morons.
Anyway, I thought of you because you were just on the Arkansas River.
Well, that's
And can you
scary.
imagine? They've got rapids called the Boat Eater Rapid. Yeah, let me go ahead and take my boat into the rapids that are going to eat my boat and throw people out.
One time my mom got so mad at my dad. My parents were divorced. He took us on a trip to Colorado, and I think I was like 10 and my sister was 6, and he took us on class 4 rapids.
Oh, that's how old?
We were young.
That's
and
too young to be in class 4 rapids.
You see the pictures of like the waves coming up. You know, they snap your picture.
Were you
at
guys
the most-
terrified?
I feel like we were terrified. Yes.
You should have been anyway.
And the picture of us is like, I got to find it. I mean, the waves are like, the rapids are above our head.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah, that's the next county over from where I was.
All right, let's do the 9:10 must-hear story of the day.
Yes.
It is, actually, it's 9:11. It's going up on 9:12 now, running a couple of minutes late. But it's the 9:10 big must-hear story of the day. And I'm sorry, I got no interest in... I almost like had a gagging when I saw the news reports and the video. Did you see that the nation's first lab-grown chicken?
Ew.
Yum.
I do not want to eat lab-grown chicken.
What if it's really good, though?
For the first time, U.S. regulators yesterday approved the sale of chicken made from animal cells, allowing 2 California companies to offer lab-grown meat. I don't want this. I want my chickens to go cluck.
So this
Right?
isn't like...
I'm like, what the
Yeah.
cluck? What the cluck?
Great. You want to kill chickens. I mean, you ever seen the documentaries about what those chickens go through?
Froggy, stop.
I'll
Have you?
kill 100 chickens.
Yes,
I don't
I've
care.
seen the various
Okay, and then you
meat
should
packing
feel
and
fine about eating them?
I've seen the various meat packing documentaries.
Dude, I'll crack their bone and suck the marrow out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll eat a chicken.
Oh man,
gotta-
Me too,
talk about
Yeah.
man. Some good osobuco, man.
Yeah.
You know what? Tonight, we're celebrating our anniversary early because Julian and I leave tomorrow for Little Cayman.
We heard.
Oh,
and,
you do?
And my anniversary is next week. So our 29th anniversary is next week, so I'm not going to be here. And then Michelle's also going to be going somewhere with Chloe because Chloe's doing a summer course tonight. And we're actually going to hit Cafe Paradiso in South Tampa.
That's
You love
cool.
that. Yeah.
Paolo's place, Cafe Paradiso is fantastic, on my list of, among my favorite restaurants in the Tampa Bay area. So we're going out to Cafe Paradiso tonight, and he's got a killer osobuco. So osobuco, you have the bone marrow in the beef shank, in the veal shank. So I believe you just saying that, and the marrow. I think I'm getting osobuco tonight. So, Paolo, Cafe Paradiso, make sure you got a nice one for me. Thank you.
I'm gonna go earlier and order all of them.
You're gonna be
All right, yes.
You're gonna
Reservation for 5 o'clock.
but-
all the osobukus.
Back over to this chicken
sorry,
thing.
go ahead.
Listen, I do not want lab-grown chicken. I'm sorry.
Okay, can we be clear on this? So this isn't IVF lab-grown chicken. It's not like a male chicken and a female chicken. This is just like taken from a cell of a chicken.
Yeah,
and
they grow the meat from cells in a lab.
It's an AI chicken.
The agriculture department gave the green light to Upside Foods and Good Meat, both racing to be the first in the U.S. to sell meat that doesn't come from actual animals or from slaughtered animals.
Is it like meat tofu? I don't get it.
No, it's real meat. It's cell-cultivated or cultured meat as it comes out of the laboratory. I'm just not interested.
But you have to taste it.
No, I don't.
You mean they're not making chicken nuggets out of that stuff already?
It's a good point. Andrew, our producer, just said in my ear, how would you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, is that going to have to be disclosed that this is not a clucking chicken? That this is a lab-grown, Petri dish chicken? Is it a Franken chicken or whatever?
Are they going to offer this like at KFC?
I don't know.
I mean, you get a bucket of fake chicken?
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah, it's real chicken. It's just lab. I'm telling you right now that this was a big story yesterday, and excuse me, I'm choking on my chicken right now. I'm choking my chicken right now.
I said that.
What?
Roxanne wants credit for the choker chicken joke.
Roxanne wants to build a file against MJ of awkward sayings to retaliate against you when you play her.
Yes.
Hey, there's a scam that's rolling around. Don't fall for this. Name me the Powerball winner that won the biggest Powerball jackpot of all time. And of course, it's the subject of dispute and lawsuits and all kinds of allegations. But who is, do you know the name? Don't look it up, Fester.
I know the name. I know his name.
What is it?
Mr. Edwin Castro.
You are correct. Absolutely right. So there's a scam going around. This is completely separate from the two individuals that are claiming that Edwin Castro is not the real winner of that $2 billion Powerball ticket from last November that was cashed in February. There's a whole dispute going on. We've talked about this. There's a claim that he stole the ticket and he's not the rightful winner, blah, blah, blah. But somebody's using his name. Just be careful because, man, there are tons of scams. You know, I don't want to mention any names, but I just became aware of someone that I know that got scammed. And I'm like, oh, my God, how did you fall for this? Hold on, I'll get to that in a second. But the scam that's going around is that somebody online, they're sending out texts and emails, and a scammer is posing as this Edwin Castro who claimed the record $2.04 billion Powerball jackpot. And an email is going out and claims that Edwin Castro wants to give you $800,000 to some selected individuals as a donation who are willing to share personal details. So attention, please. I'm Edwin Castro, the winner of the world's greatest jackpot in National Lottery, 2.05. You can just tell right here that this is like foreign. It's not even written like it's an American scammer. This is like a foreign scammer.
So the Somali prince is now Edwin Castro?
So, personal information. So it says, I'm trying to give away the sum of $800,000 to each, to some selected individuals as a donation. You have been luckily selected via mail system to receive the sum of $800,000, and then urges people to contact Mr. Raymond Bradson. And that name, by the way, is tied to other online email scams. And then you're supposed to contact and then get all kinds of information. They're going to ask for banking, routing. Oh, we're going to send the money to you. No, it's a scam. Scam. Don't fall for this. Only a moron would fall for it. But guess what? People fall for this crap all day long. And quickly, the other scam that I was just talking about, I know somebody, and it's so angering. I know somebody that fell for one of those tech scams.
Like the innocuous, like, hey, who's this?
No, crypto. It's like, hey, how you doing? And some woman out of like Singapore or Thailand or something had contacted them, befriended them. Some random woman out of nowhere wanted to be their friend, teach them about crypto. Anyway, someone I know was taken for $20,000, falling for a text out of nowhere, someone saying, oh, yes, let's be friends. Oh, I can show you how to do crypto and make a lot of money, and got ripped off to the tune of $20,000.
Now, is this one of the smarter people you know or one of the dumber people you know?
No, it's, somebody's pretty smart. And in fact, I had this, it's a relative. All right.
Okay. So you mentioned this once on the show before.
You
mentioned this before.
I'm not going to say who it is. It's a relative. And this is going back some months. And I had heard from this relative about this person contacting them about crypto, and this relative was like, oh, yes, I have this new friend, and they're from Asia somewhere. They're in Singapore or wherever the hell it was. And I said, they are not your friend. This is a scam. Cease contact immediately. And then I found out from another relative that they fell for it and lost $20,000 to the scam artist.
That's a bad day.
That sucks. And, I had the conversation, stay away. This is a fraud. This is a scam. And still, it just goes to show. Now, it's an older relative of mine and just fell for it and lost $20,000.
Yeah, but if Edwin Castro would have called this
And now my relative is eating cat food from Dollar General and living in a van down by the river.
I don't know if that's the case.
Now, listen, the $20,000 is not going to make a difference in this relative's life, but I don't care if it was $5. I don't care if it's $10.
It's the principle.
It's the principle, and if I could find this scam artist, I'd bash him over the head with a tire iron. All right?
Then you'd be charged with murder and at the least assault
All right,
with a deadly weapon.
Thank you, Froggy.
Not in Thailand.
All right,
It's
when we
illegal.
get back in Singapore,
We get caned.
You get caned and thrown in jail for chewing gum or stealing a stop sign like that. What was that kid's name?
Oh, you remember?
Michael Fay. Wasn't that his name?
I
The
forget.
kid who got caned.
Kid that got caned in Singapore. All right, let me take a quick break. Final break in the morning. When we get back, we have Boy George and Culture Club tickets. We'll give those away for the AMP on July 15th. You'll win tickets momentarily if you're the right caller. And the final chunk of the MJ Morning Show. Hey, Roxanne, you want to talk about the Big O?
Oh.
Yes. Oh, and Fester, I got a mullet story for you. I know you love those.
I love mullets.
Yeah. Oh, there's an obituary that's pretty funny. I'll share something with you in just a bit. And then I got a lot of stuff. Let me see how much I can squeeze in. Oh, and I noticed some breaking news on some news websites about the Titanic deal. Hang on. We'll get to all that next on the MJ Morning Show right here on Q105. Stand by. And it is time for the final chunk of the MJ Morning Show. It's also almost time to give away some free concert tickets. We got Boy George and Culture Club, along with special guests Howard Jones and Berlin. Going to be at the Amphitheater, the Mid-Florida Credit Union Amphitheater on July 15th. So we'll give away tickets in just a matter of minutes here on the MJ Morning Show. Stand by. And the final chunk of the program. Hey, Chloe just texted me that she's available now. All right. So let me see if I can grab Chloe. Because, again, Chloe last night while we were driving, they wanted to get some food, so I drove the kids out. And Chloe's going through some social media, and she's like reading these horrible, awful comments that people were making about the Titanic submersible that's missing. So let me see if she can. She just texted me.
There's a lot of jokes out there right now. A lot of memes.
People are calling in here for
a lot of insensitive comments because of who the people are on the submersible.
Yeah. Oh, I got my pile of Hollywood gossip and stuff we got to get to in a minute.
Hello.
Hey, sweetie. Were you in court when I just called a little while ago?
Yes.
Is it recess now, or did you leave?
No, I left.
Why'd you leave?
Because you called.
Yeah, but you didn't have to leave the courtroom if you're unavailable. You're observing a trial, right?
Okay, well, now you have me, so speak.
Whoa. Whoa. Yeah,
Sounds like you're on trial, MJ.
She is her mother's daughter. Wow. Good job.
Oh my God, I'm all choked up over here. No, so Chloe, I was telling the gang here that last night when I took you guys out to grab a bite, that you were reading like really rude, nasty comments about these victims inside this submersible that was going down to the Titanic. Now, where were you reading those from?
Twitter. Oh my gosh, if you just go on Twitter and you search like hashtag Titanic, you'll get it all. And
all right, what were some, I don't expect you to know them precisely, but what were some of the ones that you can remember? Because I'm driving the car and Chloe's reading these to me, and I'm like, oh my God, that's awful.
You know, people are making fun of the billionaires. They're like, well, money can't save you now. Or they're making fun of the controller that looks like literally like a video game controller.
Well, it is. Hey, we talked about that. I wouldn't get in this thing. You got a $30 Logitech F710 controller that some kid is playing some video game with, and that's controlling this submersible going down 12,500 feet.
Yeah, I remember someone was like, I don't know about you guys, but I wouldn't want a Bop It as the controller.
A Bop It?
You know, it's like the Bop It.
Yeah.
Pull it. Yeah.
Yep.
And then there's the other one, and someone had tweeted, what did they say? Oh, they said, here's a playlist for all of you, and it's like a Spotify playlist. I searched for it. I think it got taken down, but it was called POV, You're on the Submarine, and the first song was Beyond the Sea.
Yeah, like they were putting together an obnoxious music playlist for those stuck in that submersible, which that's awful.
Yeah.
I mean, people are just people are mean, and I don't condone that. Listen, I don't think they're alive. I don't think they made it past a sudden implosion. I think that this thing had a catastrophic failure, whether it was the window, the shell of this capsule, both the window and the actual pod itself were apparently not rated to go to 12,500 feet. So, all right, Chloe, well, why don't you get back in the courtroom? You're interning, and you didn't have to leave. How'd you know I called?
Because I keep my phone on Do Not Disturb when I'm in there, and then sometimes when I need to go on my phone, I turn Do Not Disturb off and all my notifications.
Oh, so that you saw that I actually called. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I will go back. Don't let me disturb you. Go back into your internship.
Don't make the judge mad.
Go back into the trial.
Okay. Bye.
Anything else you'd like to add?
You just told her to go.
No. Happy Thursday.
All right. Happy Thursday. Thanks, Chloe.
Happy Thursday.
All right, my lovely daughter. You know what? I've got a lot to do in the final minutes of the show, but let's go ahead and grab the Boy George and Culture Club concert ticket caller right now to win some tickets. It's going to be Boy George along with special guests Howard Jones and Berlin. So Howard Jones, a slew of big hits from the 80s. Berlin did Take My Breath Away from Top Gun. You know that song. Take my breath away. And I actually like No More Words. No More Words. Do we play that?
No.
No? I guess it was not big enough of a hit. But
other songs kind of, never mind.
Yeah. All right, so let's go with caller number. Look, every line is already ringing. I haven't even announced the caller. Let's go with caller number 44.
Nice.
Yeah, caller 44 right now. Yeah, 44. Caller 44, let's go. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. If you're the 44th caller, you'll win the Boy George and Culture Club tickets. Hey, Roxanne, what I asked you about before the break?
Oh, I have no clue. Oh, that's what you asked me about. Do I want to hear a story about an O? Big O.
Yeah, Big O. I saw this last night. I'm like, really?
Is this something perverted?
No.
Why would that be your first guess?
Another story last night that I saw, which caught my attention. Having the Big O can help you fall asleep faster.
I'll ask any guy that.
Well, duh. I mean, this is breaking news last night. Really? Partnered sex that leads to the finale cuts the time it takes for men and women to fall asleep by several minutes, improves sleep quality, according to findings published recently in the Journal of Sleep Research. Well, these findings have been known forever, that people will fall asleep. I mean, that's the joke. You know, a guy and a woman, they're doing their thing, and the guy does his, and then... I mean, that's been around since eternity. And, new research. What are you talking about, new research? This is as old as it freaking gets. This is before the cavemen, I think. This is Neanderthal stuff right here.
Basic birds and bees stuff.
This goes back to wombats and whatever. I don't know.
And this is science.
Yeah.
They're coming out with this like it's new.
Yeah, they did a study to figure it out.
Hey, Fester, where do you have hair?
Yeah.
No. I mean, listen. I know. Take your hat off.
I mean, it's easier for me to say where I don't have hair.
All right, no. Hold on a sec. All right, because you're wearing a cap all morning.
Yeah. So I mean, I have a receding hairline.
Right.
And it's kind of thinning out on the top
in the back,
crown.
but in the back by your neck, you've got the hairs there.
My hair is there on the back of my head.
So
yes.
technically,
You got a whipple.
So, well, sort of. But technically, you could grow a mullet if you wanted to.
Yeah, if I grew it out completely, I'd be bald on top with like just luxurious hair coming out of the sides and back.
Right. Well, the reason why I'm bringing this up is, guess what? The mullet contest is on. The Indiana State Fair is looking for the 15 most majestic mullets.
Oh, I can't compete with
to
those
compete
guys.
live in the USA Mullet Championship coming up on July 29th.
Oh, those guys are pros.
Mullets are popular.
Is there any chance that you could grow an award-winning mullet before July 29th?
No.
Remember,
my hair doesn't grow that fast.
Remember, like 20 years ago, you had that one wig that you wore for like a month, and it was a mullet wig.
Yeah, well, I had a
like a Joe Dirt wig.
I had a hair transplant.
Yeah, a transplant. Remember?
There was like a company locally that would glue hair to your scalp, and I had him glue it on, and it worked for like a month.
That was so funny.
But no, I wish, man. Mullets are awesome. I'm envious of anybody that can grow a good mullet.
All kidding aside, the winner will take home $500 and earn a spot in the USA Mullet Championships Top 25 main event, and that's MANE. Yeah, so
Attaboy.
Indiana State Fair. I just thought of Fester and the mullet. What line am I taking? Line 4? Hi, good morning, MJ Morning Show. To whom am I speaking? Hello? Yeah. Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Yes, good morning. Who am I speaking to?
Carlos?
Carlos, my name is MJ. It is a pleasure to meet you, Carlos. And Carlos, where are you calling from?
From Riverview.
Carlos, I've got some good news for you, buddy. You're caller 44. You win the tickets.
Awesome.
Carlos, would you like to go see Boy George Culture Club along with Howard Jones and Berlin at the AMP coming up on July 15th?
Yes, sir. My wife would love this.
Well, your wife is going to be a happy wife because you win, Carlos. You got the tickets. You get to go home and tell her, hey, honey, I got a surprise. We're going to the amphitheater on July 15th, and you got it. Congratulations, Carlos.
Thank you so much. This is awesome.
Hey, Carlos, thanks for listening to the show. We really appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, MJ.
All right, buddy. Hold on. We're going to put you on hold, and Andrew's going to get all your information. Look at that. Carlos, winner from Riverview. Boom. There we go.
Yeah, Carlos is the Boy George fan club president out there in Riverview, so good for him.
There. I should have asked Carlos what's his wife's favorite Culture Club song. Yeah, it was Karma Chameleon or
name another one.
Miss You Blind.
Okay.
Missy, I'm going to miss you blind. What else? A Church of the Poison Mind, right?
Right.
You're getting deeper into Boy George songs than I know.
Yeah.
Do you really want to hurt me?
Yeah.
Come on, there's tons of stuff.
I'm a man of good and
With that's Karma Chameleon, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's Karma Chameleon.
I fell in love with Boy George when he was on the Arnold Schwarzenegger season of The Apprentice.
I thought you were going to say you fell in love with Boy George when he was spooning you.
Oh, that would be so hot.
I fell in lust with Boy George when that happened.
You know, I got to be honest. Can I make a confession?
You want to spoon Boy George?
No.
What's up?
If you would have asked me like a month ago if Boy George was alive or dead.
Oh, he's alive.
Oh, he's very healthy.
Obviously.
Yeah, you didn't.
Obviously, but
Remember, he used to wear the hat with the melted candle wax on his head?
I would have chosen otherwise. I would have made a very grievous error.
He's no George Michael, man. He's a survivor.
Oh.
Hey, so I gotta give you this obituary. This is out of Kentucky. A father's obituary written by his son has a little bit of a humorous twist. In the obituary, it reads, "He will be moderately missed." Oh, man. Oh,
I mean, that's the best you can hope for.
He will be moderately missed.
It's hardcore.
Oh, man.
Did I tell you a weird thing about me?
Roxanne, why don't you tell us a weird thing about you?
I write obituaries. Like I'm the
What?
I'm the go-to person. Like I wrote 4 last year.
You're an obituary ghostwriter?
No, I mean, I do it if someone I know. I mean, I offer
You're
that
an
to them. Like I just
obituary
say,
writer.
do you need someone to do that? I'll do it for you.
Wow, that's a
Because
little
it's-
mini business right there.
It's not a business. It's like my.
You do it for
but thank
free? You do it
Yeah,
pro bono?
Of course.
No
because
way.
it's
You charge them
somebody-
to the roof, the grieving period.
Yeah, grieving periods when you really cash in on people. Ask any funeral home.
You know what they say? you know what they're probably saying? People that need an obituary, they say, "Yep, you got to call the bitch."
That's
know
a good
what?
tagline.
You got to call
Yeah.
the bitch. The bitch. The bitch. And this is a business model.
Okay.
The bitch writes obituaries.
Yep, and then
The obituary bitch?
You know,
the
listen,
biscuit bitch can make biscuits while I'm writing. Like we've got a whole cottage industry of bitches.
But think about this: that if you're writing an obituary for like a woman that was like a nasty human when on Earth,
Okay.
you could say that I put the bitch in obituary. What do you think?
She put the bitch in obituary. The dead person.
I'll put the bitch in obituary.
Yeah. If you're talking about her life, then yeah.
Pretty funny, though, that the son writes that the father will be moderately missed.
He needed my
Nice
skills.
guy.
Yeah.
I think we're done. I'm just looking at my pile of stuff that we didn't get to today. And that's the case every day. Folks, I want you to have a great day. Remember, if you ever need to contact moi, if you ever need, you know what's the guy that's trying to troll me and call me out for taking vacation days. Did I take a day when I was having my kidney stone attack?
You should have. That's when you should have taken vacation
I
time.
came in the day after lithotripsy. I got discharged from the hospital at 9:30 at night, and I was
Yay.
here at 6 a.m. doing the show on a Friday morning.
Congrats.
I didn't take the day off. Anyway, folks, if you need to get a hold of me, my personal private email is mj@mjmorningshow.com. That's mj@mjmorningshow.com. And, of course, any hot gossip, you've got some good content for the show, any inside scoop you need us to know about, send it to me, mj@mjmorningshow.com. Or if you just want to say hi. What?
The guy who has the Twitter or the Instagram page trolling you about taking time off, he has all the news reports of your Schnitz show ending, and he writes, hates work.
What?
What did he say?
Hates work.
Oh.
This is perfect example.
Oh, yeah. After doing my so I've ended my afternoon show.
I love this guy.
After 22 years, I'm ending my afternoon show at the end of July. And now this guy's saying I hate work because I'm stopping doing 2 shows a day after 22 years.
Oh, man. This
All
guy's
right,
great.
folks, have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Let's be careful out there.